Good morning, or good evening, or good afternoon, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy New Year's Eve! I hope everyone is gearing up for the celebration of their choice. I certainly am, which is why I have a Miss Kira. I have a coffee. It is 9 in the morning for me, so we're partying pretty hard. Hi, everybody. It's January 1st in my country, and the whole city is covered in smoke because of the fireworks. Oh, boy. Oh, that's tough if you have a... trying to think of a thing to say other than bad breather, but that is tough if you have a bad breather. If your breather don't work so good, that's no good. Hi, kitty. Hi. Even if your breather does work good, it's still no good. I was watching the monks do their thing, because I think that when I pick this up, yeah, there we go. We get an achievement. We get a planning table. Is it cute? All the monk stuff is cute, generally. 5 dawns. Planning table. Yeah, it's cute. That'll go somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe I'll stick it in my kitchen. I'll make it look, if you tilt it up, maybe it'll look like a recipe sitting on a counter. Might be kind of nice if you kind of like lean it against a wall on a counter. She needs to do more of these guys. We were doing this. And I'm no longer that worried about running troops, so I don't need to get them killed anymore. Haha! How is everybody doing? I had a lovely weekend. Hazel, happy New Year's Eve, New Year's Day to everyone. Happy New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. We're going into what, 2026? That sounds like a lot. Sounds like many. Here, let's check on the warrior artifact. The warrior hidden artifact. I'm camped out by this cave in High Mountain. Checking for it every day. Wonderful. What is that shirt? Oh, it's got 2 sleeves and then a big bit where my body goes in. It's it has a big snow shovel on it. It says the Great Canadian Workout. Aye. It's very big. What are your 2026 WoW goals, Hazel? My 2026 WoW goals. I must have something to say. Have fun. Wow, isn't that special? I don't know. It's, I don't... it's game. It's for fun. They do not want to give me this thing, Have fun, period. That's all we got. As long as we're having a nice time, that's the goal of it. The goal of it coming done. I'm not saying that having goals isn't good. It's just that, have goals in like your professional life or your like your personal life. World of Warcraft is for fun. I guess goal setting can make it fun too. I've been working through my alts for class hall and decor collecting, which is why I am looking for this thing that's not up right now. Down to the final 4 level 80s of the classy achievement right now. Husband leveling Spellhoof, and I am leveling Deathhoof. And you can guess which one we have left. It's a lion's side. Spellhoof and Deathhoof. If it's a lion's side and they've got hooves, it's got to be one of the Draenei. Happy New Year from Vietnam. Happy New Year. Making some caramel dipped pretzels with chocolate drizzle. Ooh, somebody knows how to entertain. That sounds yummy. Coffee sounds yummy. So, in the last week of decor collecting streams, I did a lot of class stuff, which was good. I was happy with that. Let's see if there's any missions that need to rotate over here with these two. I want to keep sort of sending missions and doing the time-gated stuff, but I want to take a little break from working on hidden artifact appearances. Although, bear in mind, I only have 3 left, apparently. I need a hidden appearance for Warrior, Death Knight, and Shaman. And then I have those, and then I don't have to worry about hidden appearances anymore. So that's pretty fancy. Hi. Turn this one in. And then... Well, then what do you want? You want me to do something up here? Y'all got a fancy schmancy rice cooker for Christmas, and it makes such good rice. Nice. Those are great. I didn't used to think I needed a separate rice cooker, but then I got a fancy schmancy one. I think it was for Christmas years ago. Oh, it's awesome. I like, I'm not sure if yours has this, but mine has like a program feature where you can schedule it in advance to make rice. You just put the water and the rice and whatever else you're cooking in the thing. And then you could do this at lunchtime or even breakfast time. You could be like, have this ready for dinner, and it will. And that's just magic. Wind Kingdom. Okay, so they want me to start questing now. Maybe later. I'm not in the mood. I knew I was growing old because I was so excited to buy new linens and curtains for the new year. Mine does. I'm still fighting it to learn how it works. I have definitely made a couple of oddly timed batches of rice because I didn't account for daylight savings time. Like, I hadn't fixed the clock on it after the time change. And mine's pretty fancy, but it's not fancy enough to know the time change. Let's pop on Inksy. I don't remember why I'm in the maw. Oh, I was doing the questing. That's right. I was doing the midnight lead-in quests or whatever that quest line is because I wanted the painting, which I got, and then I got a mount, which I had no idea was even involved, and now I feel like I should finish it, but also, again, might come back. Might find a good spot and then come back, but I don't really want to have to come back to the maw. So I suppose we can pick up where we left off for a little bit, but as soon as they get me out of here, I want to do enchanting today. I have... enchanting is one of Inksy's professions. And we've gotten about half of the enchanting furniture. I kind of want to work backwards, if at all possible. I need to do some Legion enchanting to try to get a Suramar containment cell. And then that'll give me the option of making extra Nightspire fountains. I guess what I should do is I should weigh out the gold cost of leveling Legion enchanting since I only need one thing. And I don't anticipate needing copies of these. I should weigh out the gold cost of leveling the profession against purchasing the Suramar containment cell, which if I look on Undermine Exchange, Suramar containment cell. It's 25k on Lightbringer, but they are 10k on Death Rock and also Area 52. So if there's if it's going to cost me more than 10,000 gold. Although, do I have Legion enchanting? It's already at 37. Maybe it won't be so bad. I do like having it leveled up myself. It makes me feel complete and warm and fuzzy inside. So we'll probably do that. Finally home with my PC. Feels great. Nice. Do you have a nice time? Druid Garvis has permanent residence in Undermine for the trash heaps. Oh man, Undermine. I was going to say misses me. I haven't been there in a while is what I'm trying to say. Undermine doesn't miss me. Undermine doesn't need me. But decor collecting is the thing that finally busted my mojo for my Miscellaneous Mechanica farm. I do still need more Miscellaneous Mechanica, but it's starting to feel like something I'm going to come back to again later. Morning. Good morning. I think it's going to be fun playing Midnight, getting decor as well as items as quest rewards. There's so much. There's going to be so many new things to get. I haven't even put a bunch of this stuff up. I am starting to feel like I must be close to having what I need. I guess I could try and specifically look for what I need, but I don't know what I need until I've done it. But to set up like a kitchen, my kitchen and pantry. But then I think, well, maybe you should just get everything. Get everything first and then decorate. That's realistic. That's reasonable. We had a good cozy holiday week. Everyone's staying warm. I got heated blanket for Christmas. I actually got 2 heated blankets for Christmas. One of them shipped a bit late and just arrived yesterday. So now I have one at my desk and one for my couch. So I am cooking like a weenie roast over here. It's great. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, Crather. Amazing. Done any of the achievements where you need 20 troops? Yep. Yep. Can't figure out how to do it. Wowhead comment didn't help. You just need to recruit them. So if the recruiters in your class hall, this is the most straightforward way to do it. In your class hall, the people that let you recruit the troops, if they won't give you any, it's because you're at the cap already and you need to get the ones you have killed. So you send them on missions. Ideally, if you send them on missions that have like a skull modifier on it that you don't counter, that will insta-kill them regardless of how much life they have left. And once they're dead, you can recruit more of them. There are things you can do to make it go faster. You can use multiple characters of the same class. You can recruit extra troops on Argus if you've unlocked a bunch of stuff. Apparently BFA troops also count, is what people have been telling me. There's lots of... But all I did for mine, because I've done it for most of the classes now, all I did was just hang out in my order hall, send missions, get troops killed, and recruit more. It does cost order resources. You'll need a bunch of those. That is the life goal I want to achieve. Warm blankets wherever I'm gonna sit. Happy New Year, Hazel. Hi, Hazel. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, guys. you? Do you guys got WoW goals for 2026? We got an expansion coming out. I feel like I just want to keep doing the same things I've been doing. I've been doing them because they've been working for me. In real life, I think one of the things I have a couple goals that are more like specific, and those things I like keeping secret just because I feel like if I speak them, they won't come true. So I like having secret goals I'm working on. But then, although I don't know if they have a lot of staying power, because I'm trying to think. Well, did you have any last year? What New Year's resolutions from 2025 are? How did those go? And I'm like, what did I want? I don't remember. Something. Ascend the tower. Oh, hang on. I need to go back up there. I've left again. I've wandered off. Level up a Devour with a Void Elf themed house. Nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Happy New Year. Tomorrow, in my time zone at least. Happy early New Year. Yeah, it is currently 9:13 a.m. on December the 31st here. There is a grapple point that they want me to do to ascend the tower. Oh, I have to click on it. That's right. That's how they work. I need more coffee. I was like, I can't get up there. It's too high. Our goal for 2026 is to not get too behind and to possibly finish the seasons with Mythic Plus and rating for the first time ever. Oh, that's a good one. Hello, fellow gamers. Hello, 22 Pharaoh. How you doing? Dizzy Nitro, thank you for the 20-month resub. Hello, Hazel and chat. Hope everyone has a great New Year's. Right back at you. Thank you. 12:14 here on East Coast time. In the future. Living Gateway Slane. This looks like a promising place for a Living Gateway to be. Maybe I'm just waiting for it to spawn, or I'm waiting for someone to talk about it, or maybe I should talk to... Oh, hey, it's Sylvanas. Imagine that. I didn't even know we were digging her up. I guess that's why we're out here. Sylvanas just standing there being like, kill it! Kill who? Kill what? For a second I thought her outfit was... She's got green in her outfit now. When did she switch away from the purple? Did she get like a makeover in the Maw? Or is her gear just oxidizing? She got copper stuff and it's just been getting... Oh, there it is. Trouble figuring out that I had to use the anchor point the other day. Making my first vision board this year. Heard so many good things about it. Oh. I've done digital ones before. They're fun. I've never actually done like a physical one because I feel like... I guess you could print things. Once upon a time, people used to cut stuff out of magazines for that because people just had magazines around. I do not have magazines around.
It's time for you to leave, Arator.
I might have like a catalog somewhere, but that's not a vision board so much as it is just a shopping list. There's a lot of stuff to do right here. Important question, why are you in the Maw? I'm doing this quest line. I'm doing a quest line that has me in the Maw, and I don't know what's at the end of it, but I feel as though now that I've started, I should finish it, because if I ever change if I drop it, and then I change my mind, I'm never going to remember where I left it. So I think I'm just trying to do future me a potential favor by, like, finishing what I started the other day. It's for... What is it for? Oh, I lost it anyway. There's... Oh, I don't know. They added it semi-recently. New Year's resolution is to stop procrastinating. 2025 will be my year. Thought you were going to say 2027 is going to be your year. Making your less voidy seems to be a subtle part for Nascent Redemption arc. Printing photos out at CVS and putting it on a poster board. Definitely need a physical one where I can see it every day. Oh, that sounds like fun. I'm jealous. I want to play. I want to get a poster board and a glue stick. I guess I could do that. Do people at CVS have to see what you're printing? What if... Well, I was going to say what if they don't understand, but I guess they don't care. You deserve better than the Maw. Also trying to work on that. Want to get better at planning things. They do. Quest line is the pre-quest for Voidstorm. Final area for War Within. Yeah, it's something to do with... I don't know. New stuff that's coming. Once I get out of the Maw even if I'm not done, I can keep the quest line in my log and just kind of move on and do other stuff. I just don't want to have to leave here and come back. I know I can. I know how to get to the mall. I just don't want to do it. I want to finish my business while I'm here and then get the frick out. People at the print shops have seen horrors far worse than anything you can bring them. Yeah, I feel like I've heard stories, but I don't know where I would have heard stories from. Some podcast once upon a time. Last chapter War Within sets up Midnight's story. I wonder if it'll get me into trouble if I don't finish it. I think there's a title at the end. Someone said something about a title. We're in the last third of it now, so maybe it won't be so long. I'm trying to imagine what else I would want to glue on to the poster board. Like, not in terms of, like, subjects, but, like, stickers. I guess stickers come with glue. Pre-glued. I feel like I want to include glitter, even though that would make it shed. You remember doing, like, when was the last time you used loose glitter for something? I know it's, like, hell to get out of stuff. It'll get into your flooring and you'll never get rid of it. I feel like I remember gluing on loose glitter onto, like, poster board for homework or something, for some kind of a school project. I'm trying to imagine why on earth. I mean, I guess just to make it fun. I guess just to make learning fun. I was like, why did they have us do that? Maybe I just wanted to. I don't remember the details. It was 59 years ago. Oh, that one's nice. Nice being all toasty warm. Do you have all the profession decor? No, I have... What's my overall percentage? Does it give me one? Nope. I have some. What was this qualify as? I probably have half. Because I have 4 of them completely finished, and the ones that I don't have finished, I have somewhere between 30 and 40. So it probably evens out to half, or maybe a little better than half. But that means there's so much more left to do. Although I guess one of the ones that I have done is Inscription, which has a lot in it, so maybe it's over half. Probably when I started having to clean everything. Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. We used to have these cool stationery things. They were like stamps, but they were... Or I guess it was kind of like, more like a hole punch than a stamp, but it would punch... It would punch paper into different shapes. You know, you could make like little butterflies or hearts or whatever. So you could like punch those out of colored craft paper and then glue that onto whatever else that you were building. I'm just reminiscing about stationery. I think is where we've landed in our day's programming. Hi Hazel, here to lurk if that's okay. Always okay. Glad to have you. I understand that very much. If I'm ever turning on a stream, which doesn't happen all the time, but if I ever do, or if I ever like want to sub to a stream, sometimes I'm too afraid. I don't even sub to streams when they're live. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna give my Prime sub to a stream, and then I like look and I'm like, oh, they're streaming. I'll come back later. I'll do this in the dead of night where no one will notice. Maw rat teeth. Oh, why can't they keep their teeth? I like maw rats. I always thought they were cute. They're not hurting anybody. I don't see any over here, though. Form of magic. People cut phrases out of magazines and mix them together, and they can scrawl and read the future like that. Sounds like a fun thing for a sleepover party. So excited for my new Hobonichi planner. I'm Googling this. Images. Oh, it's cute. I love a planner. I am such a sucker for a blank planner. I'm so good at using them for 1 week and never again. Are you going to end the year in the mall? I hope not, but if I never get this last mall rat tooth, I might. We'll have to see. Here they are. Here they are. Hello. Pardon me, dentist here. He's working with paper and pen. I do like my planning on my to-do list in paper and pen. I keep them at my desk. It's nice to have to jot stuff down. I feel like it's harder to store information long term in ways that are easy to retrieve it. But I learn things a little better when I've just written them down as opposed to sticking them in my phone. I feel like if I stick something in my phone, my brain is trusting that my phone knows what it is, so I don't know it anymore. It's in the chip. It's not up here anymore. Hi Hazel, like your shirt. Hello, thank you very much. I'm layered up. I'm toasty. Make me want to go get the mounts I still need from Torghast. Oh, Torghast is fun. I don't know if it's still fun. Like I don't know what the experience is. I don't know if I need to go in here or not. I don't know what the Torghast experience is now. At the time, I had a good time. Oh no, Shadowlands. I'll be out of here. I don't know when I'll be out of here. Maybe that's the accurate representation of the Maw experience. Japan is good at making stationery that is both really cute while being really good quality. Yeah, I do think a lot of the stuff that you see that's cute designed here is kind of... They make it for, like, young kids, and they just assume that they're too young to know what good cardstock feels like.
I would rather suffer for eternity than have you grant me peace.
Mr. Torghast OP powers. Wish Dells were like
If
that.
is what you
I
want.
was so hopeful when I saw that you could get, like, a Torghast-style power pop-up in Delve, that it was going to have some of that same kind of, like, putting together a build of different powers. I loved that, and I miss it. And that's not what delves are. They just give you a buff, and then you have the buff, and then you're buffed. It's fine, but something was lost. Tank and Torghast was fun. Science behind remembering and writing things down versus digital. I think it is very much like your brain just wants to be, and mind you, this is like the least scientific way to explain it, but efficient. Like if it knows that it can retrieve information elsewhere, it's not going to make the effort to hold on to it. Same thing with the information you use all the time. It's going to just take up a little more space. We're turning this in over here.
I hear you. Please.
I like to think I don't really need to remember that much because I have access to so much information at my fingertips.
I hope
But then
you
sometimes I'm
will
walking
see
around not
yourself
remembering things and
beyond
being like, what's the
the
point of me? Why am I here? Am I just here to link all these different websites together? Okay.
A silent one. He follows me and then departs.
Alright, we're witnessing something. That's a good time for
only to
coffee.
return again later.
Pretty clearly afraid to make those delve buffs too powerful in case it causes weird balance issues. They're pretty clearly not designed to be like comboed together in any interesting or cool ways. It's a different system. I miss Torghast though. I get sometimes with planners hung up in planner perfectionism where I don't want to like use a page unless I'm going to do it perfectly. So the thing that I do to try to combat that is I say, well, you're not allowed to get another one until you fill this one up. And I don't care how you do it, but you must fill it, and then that usually takes some of the pressure off. I used to fill a notebook about every 6 months or so. They weren't super big notebooks, and I was just using them like every day. I would just do kind of like a sort of a bullet journal layout. And I kept up with that for years. I don't know. I stopped doing it around the time that I burnt out, and then I haven't started doing it super reliably. I'll do it for like a week or two, and then not for 6 months. Because there's something deeply depressing. I probably need to speak with her. Something deeply depressing about like starting a list and laying it out, and then just not ever looking at it again. And then whenever it catches your eye, you're like, oh, yeah, I didn't do any of that. Just like a bunch of to-do lists that are undone. No fun. My latest coping mechanism, which is terrible and not effective and not a good idea and not productive, is that if you never quantify what it is that you should be doing, then you don't have to do it. Not a good idea. But it leads to me like avoiding things or ignoring things or like not thinking about stuff that I know probably has stuff I should attend to, because I'm like, well, if I don't know, then I can't do it. And it's like, well, yeah, sort of. Might come back and bite you. I heard some artists have 2 different sketchbooks, so one is the ugly one. People do that with YouTube channels. I haven't done this, but a lot of like popular YouTube channels will make videos for years. And then they'll start a second channel to make like less polished videos. and then they'll start uploading to that one more, and then eventually they'll completely abandon the original one, and they only post to the second one, except that the videos are exactly the same. They're not any less polished than otherwise. They're just, like, you get this mental thing where you're putting a bunch of pressure to make, like, the main one perfect, so that you then you're frozen by that and you can't do anything. It happens to lots of people. I feel like it's a human experience. What if I make ugly art in my good sketchbook too?
Sylvanas.
Yeah, no, you're totally right, PBO. I'm pretty thoroughly aware of what a bad idea it is.
Why have you come here?
It's not good coping. It's just what I'm doing. There you go. I'm not doing it because I think it's smart. Oh, I decided to come here to admit. Why am I reading a quest? We're going back to Koresh. Koresh at least is not the Maw. Alright, let's warn Sylvanas. And now I can just go back, I think.
Azeroth is in danger. The people
Maybe?
of Quel'Thalas
I missed a
need the
quest up there.
Windrunners. They need you.
They're gonna talk. I should have skipped the thing. It freaked me out because it didn't have the same quest tag on it, and I didn't want to, like, not complete my quest.
You've done.
No high-rated Hearthstone player does that with their main account.
Deny that.
We used to do it with WoW PvP characters. We would have, like, your main character that you would queue on at high ratings, except you would only queue when all of your favorite and best teammates were available and everybody had had a good night's sleep and the moon was waxing in the east. Like, everything had to line up perfectly for people to queue that character. So you would do it like twice a year. And you would play like 6 games, and then as soon as you felt like you weren't winning anymore, you're like, okay, we stop, and then you would switch to like your normal character that you actually play, which is probably the same rating because you play it all the time.
My place, my duty is here. Not
Have to let themselves be not perfect to have fun again.
you say
Happy New Year's Eve, Hazel and Chat. Happy New Year's Eve.
So go,
Oil painter,
Arator.
one sure way to make a horrible painting is to try and ration the amount of paint I use. I always have to get that out of my mind.
Very well. I think I understand.
Yeah, sometimes being stingy is not the right mindset to approach stuff from. Are we walking? We're walking away. It looks like I missed picking up a quest over here, but I feel like I'm progressing stuff. Everything I do is perfect. What are you guys talking about? Hey, it's K-Slick. It's KSI1CK. Hold a moment. Alright.
Thank you for tempering
Yeah.
my nephew's exuberance. He's skilled, but tends to rush
She has a lot to
into
say.
danger. It runs in the family.
More and more YouTubers I follow declare no effort November,
I am
and then continue posting basically the same effort videos, which I think is just a version of
where
this.
I came from. But as I told him,
Yeah.
now
It's really easy to get in your head. It's very easy to talk yourself out of making stuff.
you have noticed, have you not? The
Especially
law
because I feel like, especially if you
all
consume
of it.
sort of like judgy content online, like if you're watching commentary videos and you're reading, I don't know, if you're reading like snark forums or whatever, if you consume that and it worms its way into your subconscious, it's very easy to start to feel like everyone should just log off and not do anything on the internet. And maybe there's truth to that. But like, if you're doing that and you're also, your job is to make stuff for the internet, you can like burrow in your subconscious all of these different ways of like, oh, people don't like it when you do this, and people don't like this, and people hated it when blank did blank, and people like, and none of that stuff matters. You know, it's probably not even indicative of the bigger picture of like how people receive that content or what it did. And also, it's internet content. They're YouTube videos. They're not that deep. As long as you're not inciting hate riots, you're pretty much chill. But like, it's so easy to kind of talk yourself out of it because like, if you're looking for validation that whatever idea you had was a bad idea, you'll find it everywhere. You'll find it absolutely everywhere. Because of just, you know, the way the internet is. Is there a portal for me over here? With Instagram, there's a pressure to share a new piece of artwork or something from your sketchbook every day. Every day's a lot. Exactly the reason I've talked myself out of streaming. Yeah. I just need to give myself space to be, I don't know, annoying. If I'm gonna be annoying, I'm gonna be annoying anyway. no amount of being self-conscious is going to make me more entertaining. So I think my problem is that I consumed a lot of that judgy content. I read, and I think it was like an anxiety thing. Like, I think I had this idea of like, oh my god, people can see me online. I need to read everything that anyone has ever not liked about anyone else. And when I've read them all, I cannot do all of those things. Like, it kind of felt like a defense mechanism, and it just paralyzes you. It's a terrible idea.
May your heart be true.
Heard of Arisa in Dornegal. Yeah, Dornegal. We're going. I want to do it because I love the positivity I find, but I know there are jerks out there. There are. And even when you feel like they shouldn't get you anymore, they can. Like, someone can say something offhanded that they probably didn't even think about that much, but it like taps into like an insecurity you already had, and then you're never getting it out of your brain. I love stream chat. You guys are great. I'm not afraid of this at all. YouTube comments scare me, even though people are really nice in my YouTube comments, just because there's a higher volume of them, and especially if they're coming in by new, you'll get one person who like says one thing that's not even mean, but it just does something in the brain chemistry, and then you're like, you're right, I should never post anything ever again. I'm leaving now. What are we doing? We're just gonna leave this one alone. We've done enough. I want to do Legion Enchanting is what I want to do. Let's go to Dalaran. Let's pull up our WoW Professions Guide. And we're gonna say profession leveling, guides for past expansions. We're doing Enchanting and we're doing Legion Enchanting. I only need to get it to 80 and it's already at 37. So if I go to the guide, list of Legion Enchanting quests. There's 29 Legion Enchanting quests in total. Do I need to do them? Blood Elves have the Enchanting racial, but that's too bad. Leveling Legion Enchanting is different than other material expansions because you craft every recipe from skill 1. So 25 through 70. Chaos Crystals. Chaos Shatter. Shatter a Chaos Crystal into 2 ley light shards. Oh. Oh, that's so easy. That's so cheap. Okay. So we need to get to 70, which means I need 33, presumably? We could also, like, disenchant stuff, but this is just going to cost me, like, a 1k. Not a big deal. People also like watching things they don't like. It's a whole cottage industry of that. It's something that people bond over. It's just not good for me. What are we doing? No wonder why this Paladin campaign quest required so much healing. It was for the holy artifact weapon. What's in red? Oh man, already neurotic. I don't need help with that. I think YouTube comments could be mean, but I think TikTok might be worse. Do people... I mean, I guess they must. People must comment on TikTok. I never thought about TikTok comments. What are we doing? We are shattering Chaos Crystals. I'm working backwards because I'm a bit afraid of the vanilla ones. Vanilla tends to be long to level because there's 300 points. So they make you get to, what, 240? It's a lot. Takes a lot. Oh, they comment already. Instagram Reel comments are the worst. I will say, Hazel, you've helped with my WoW anxiety. Learn to just play like Hazel, do what seems fun rather than what stresses me out. Aww. Hello, chat and Hazel. Hi, Giselle. It all gets like tied up in your own neuroses that you came stock with from the factory. I've always been kind of like a people pleaser and a bit afraid of... I don't even think it comes from people pleasing. Like, I'm just so afraid of like being in trouble, or like the idea of being in trouble or authority, that I try very hard not to bother anyone, get in anyone's way, do anything wrong, because I don't want anyone to have to talk to me about it, you know? That's apparently my worst nightmare, is someone having to have a chat with me about something I'm doing that's not good. Chaos Crystal. But there's only so much you can do. At a certain point, I have to just accept that I am basically morally fully formed. I'm 33. I'm not likely to turn a corner and become any more or much less virtuous than I am at this point. I think we can just use this and not worry about it. It's time to drive under the speed limit. I drive the speed limit or with the flow of traffic as necessary for general safety. Although I will drive under the speed limit if I don't feel safe going the speed limit because of conditions, and I feel like people don't like that. But they can bite me because I'm not here to die. Especially if there's a lane where you can go around me, just go. Alright, so I have a rank 3 enchantment. And I was going to say I have a bunch of chaos crystals. No, I don't. I have a bunch of Leylight shards. I only need 9 more points here. So if we buy ourselves 14 Leylight shards... Those are fairly cheap, probably because people shatter crystals to level. And then chaos crystals, we need, what did I say, 10? 120? Call it 120 of those. Still well under the cost of the Surmar containment cell. We will still need to get mats for it, but that's okay. I like lumber farming, that's the fun part. Let's make 9 of these. The dreaded we need to talk about something later. A death sentence. When your boss messages you, have a second to chat. What? To the last stream of the year? Hello. Vanilla chanting is not bad or expensive. Basically a few expansions stapled together. Okay. Hazel just ignored chat and LFG. That was a big help to me. I didn't know you could just do that. Enjoyed your lumber farming YouTube video. Thank you very much. It's not long, but it didn't have to be. Alright, we are officially Legion Enchanting 80. That was easy. I'm gonna go learn my recipe. Nice. The Surmar containment cell is kind of cool. You could put stuff in it. I have a Nightspire fountain already, but it's nice that I can make more. I only need this. So I need... Oh, I already have it. Okay. We have the lumber on hand. I must have done some farming. Demon Steel bars. That is... I think it's coming down. This apparently needs Bloods of Sargeras, but luckily I have some. 10 of these, and then just 4 more Chaos Crystals, and we're going to be okie dokie. Awesome, love to see that. That was fast. Excellent. Alright, 1 new piece of furniture for me. What is next? We're working backwards, so our enchanting is up to 52% done, just past halfway. Pandaria enchanting. We need an intense Mogu brazier, a Pandaran table lamp. Ooh, cute. Very cute. Okay, let's go. We just need 1 through... Well, we'll just head out there. During LFG chat just blew my mind. Never thought about that. Yeah, I just tab it right out. I'll have a blank chat tab and I'll just tab it right out. I feel like the amount of attention and care that is, I don't know about wise, but that I like to put into, you know, what I'm trying to say, words coming at me is proportionate to like the level of intention and effort it was needed to send those words. So like if my mother texts me, that's pretty important. She's my mother. She raised me. That was presumably a lot of work. But if, like, I get, I don't know, a piece of spam mail that I know that 2 million other people got, I don't gotta read that. That was pretty easy. The same thing happens for WoW. Public chat channels, anything with a very low barrier to entry, not so important. Anything that someone had to, like, but, like, you know, Twitch chat, someone showed up on time during my stream, managed to be nice enough to not get banned. I think verified their phone number. Maybe not. I don't remember if I have that on or not. But, you know, it's a higher barrier to entry, and generally the higher the barrier to entry, the better the level of discourse and the less junk you're likely to get. Have you added anything to your house? Just on the decor hunt for now. Mainly just hunting, but I'm starting to think about getting my kitchen together. The more Pandaren stuff I get in particular, I'm doing kind of a Pandaren themed kitchen. I want to... I guess I'll just go... Huh. I guess I'll just go to, I don't need to turn that in, do I?
Hello.
To the shrine. Let's just go to the shrine for now. Have not played retail in years? I must know what's the main notable change. Well, they've added a player housing system. So if you've played like an Animal Crossing or a Sims, and you're familiar with how decorating works, we basically have that in WoW now. It's in early access. It's part of the next expansion. Do you have a plan for making YouTube videos? No. I have dreams of making more of them, but they're not very specific. Join the decor people. I feel like there's useful info about decor. I don't think I'm creative enough to I'd post like a house tour or something, or like room tours, but I don't think I'm gonna be like teaching people how to make, you know, like a planetarium out of tables. I don't have that kind of imagination. I get too hung up on what a thing is meant to be, and I don't want to use it for things that it's not meant to be, which is kind of the founding principle of a lot of decor stuff. Not being banned here is a pretty high barrier of entry. Most people seem to do just fine. No, I haven't seen any of the housing competition houses. I'm kind of avoiding looking at too many houses like that, things that would be winning competitions or things that would be really popular on YouTube. I'm kind of trying to not see them because I don't want to discourage myself from decorating. I had this experience with Animal Crossing where I didn't really know what to do with my island, so I like went looking online at like the big YouTube videos of like island tours of really crazy islands, and I saw those and I'm like, I should quit. This is so cool and took so long and so much effort and so much originality, I should quit. Despite the fact that you're just playing for fun, but like I didn't want to play anymore. I got really discouraged, so I'm trying to not look at anything that's too insanely cool. Like I'll look at like my neighbors' houses and maybe they're great, but I don't really want to see the LeBron James of decorating because it's just gonna bum me out. Alright. I came here. I don't even know if the enchanting trainer is here. Some of the Pandaren ones are in weird places. But I knew there were gonna be people that would tell me where stuff was here. And maybe there's those people elsewhere, but that doesn't matter. I found one. Enchanting. Right back where I was. I knew it. Oh, I was afraid of that. Okay, not exactly where I was. I came from Podon Village. We're in Dawn's Blossom. It's not that far. We're fine. Let's take the Mano Skimmer. Beep, beep. We're going enchanting. Someone made their house into a spaceship. I bet they did. Haven't had that problem with WoW housing, but I definitely got that with Animal Crossing. Housing competition. I'm not hosting anything. I know there's been some stuff floating around. Oh yeah, I have to remember to go recruit some troops. I'm only at 5 of 20 on this one. How is Kira doing? She seems alright. Seems alright. Got her nails trimmed. She likes doing her daily speech hour while I'm streaming. But she's eating, she's drinking, she's napping, she's trotting around. She's out and about. She likes to come out when we've got company. Anytime we have visitors, she likes to come see what's going on. Okay. Here we go. We had to save her life recently because I had the hatch open to the crawl space because I was poking around down there. And normally she just kind of like hides whenever I'm bumping around like that. But I guess she decided to come out and she almost stepped over the hole in the floor where I climbed down to get to the crawl space. And someone caught her, which was good. Figure out how to elevate my lion's house. Once the new exteriors are made available, I want to make it a night elf house in a tree. I have been magnetically attracted here by virtue of this quest that I picked up.
Hey there.
Mimic Octopus. I don't even have it anymore, do I? Oh, no, I do. Okay. Let's get out of here. This is not where I was coming from. I'm going... Here, let's make a little waypoint. That'll get me pretty close. I need to follow it. Oh, man. I was... and I'm not really looking for any advice or tips or anything on this. I'm more or less on top of it, but I was crawling around under my house looking for water shutoffs for the hose spigots outside, because normally in a freezing climate there's supposed to be a water shutoff inside the pipe, inside the house somewhere, where you can shut off the water to the hose indoors And then you go outside, you drain the water so that your pipes don't burst when it freezes. And I was looking for that. I was crawling around, I was going to all the different hose parts. Turns out we don't have that. They've jammed them with insulation instead, so I got some of those foam things and I put them on the outside. And if it really gets into a cold snap, I think I'm going to stick hand warmers in there is my next plan. At least until I can see if someone can install some frost-free ones, but it's going to be a pain in the butt because it is not good space down there. But, was there a bigger part to that story? I think so. There's cool spiders down there. That was more or less what I was up to, though. Enchanting. This way. Choice of home ownership. Oh, I found the main water shut off, and it wasn't what I thought it was. I found something that I thought was a hose shut off, and I was like, oh, thank God, one of them has it. I shut it off. I go outside to drain the water. I'm like, cool, okay, one checked off the list. And then my husband's like, honey, did you turn off the kitchen tap? And I'm like, did I?
Welcome.
Whoa. And it turned out I had shut off the water to the entire house, which is good that I know where that is. It's bad that it is where it is because it's kind of like a army crawl situation to get over there. But at least I know which one it is now. So if I ever need to, if there's ever a leak and I need to shut off the house water, I know where to find it. I thought I had found it previously, but I was wrong, evidently. Okay, what am I doing? I am leveling Pandaria Enchanting. We need to get it. It only goes to 75, and the decor is learned at 60. So we only need 60 points in this. We're going to start with some spirit dust to make some mighty versatility enchants here. Oh, this is nice and cheap. We like this. Here, I'll just buy 200. No, shut off odd. I know. I was kind of miffed about it. Especially because I'm in Canada. I'm not in, like, you know, Ontario, but it does freeze here. But it seems like they've just been insulating them from the outside, and that's what they've been doing, so. Ugh, stresses me out. What am I doing? I was so stressed because I was like, okay, I'm finally doing it. I got on my grubby clothes to go crawl around down there. I'm like, it's my day off, but I'm taking this head on. I'm going to go fix this. And I get down there, and then I just find that it was so frustrating. All I wanted to do was the right thing, and then it turns out it's not happening. Oh, there. We're gonna do mighty versatility. That's the stuff. Might need to buy some more vellums at some point. Of course, the decor from shipping and handling is also a low drop. Is it? Oh, I must have gotten lucky. I got it on my first try. Good, you know where it is. Never know. And the other good thing is that it's not ancient. I mean, it's bad because the previous owners had a problem, but they had the water main fixed where it comes into the house, and you can tell. And I'm glad that it's not ancient because it means that it's not like super corroded, old. You know, it's not like an old rusty cast iron one, and it works, as I found out yesterday. Because the last thing you want to do is to be having a leak and you try to turn off your water at the main, and then you just break it off because it's a million years old. That's what I wanted to avoid having happen. So, yeah, it's not lead. That'd be bad. Yeah, silver linings. Exactly. Done it twice so far. Ooh. Did you get any miscellaneous mechanica? By chance? Someone got a bunch from a shipping and handling completion, and I got all excited that maybe it was changed. Oh no, it wasn't the completion. It was the chest thing, I think. I think it was the weekly chest. But I've never had anything from a weekly chest before. One from the scrap piles also isn't dropping. Oh. Also, where did my music go? I feel like we have this on loop. Is there no soundtrack out here? Hello? I have music on. I have music looping. We had music earlier. All right, well, you guys are just going to have to sing. Do. I shouldn't do it. It's gonna flag me. One of the soundtracks in the Brawlers Guild was getting copyright flagged. Not correctly, but I didn't have it in me to dispute it for a stream VOD. Because that's like a lot of paperwork. Never gotten more than 2 Mechanica from the cache. It's Trove for Paragon. That's where I get mine from. The Paragon Troves have them for sure. I thought somebody said they got one from just like their weekly cache of like, I guess maybe they meant their weekly Paragon cache. I thought somebody meant from the shipping completion. Anyway, we're doing this to get up to 40. And then we're going to get some more stuff to do enchant boots with greater haste. Oh, I made it to 42.
What wisdom do you seek?
So let's
Live
get
for your dreams.
some more spirit dust and 16 mysterious essence. Oh yeah, I had it pulled up already. Eh. Give me another 100, it's so cheap. Bless you. Oh wow, these are cheap. Love this. Yeah, give me 200 of them. I'll just delete them when I'm done. I don't want to shop again for the next part of this. Is anyone gonna sell me? Actually, oh, I can buy vellums on my yak, can't I? I can buy them somewhere. Oh yeah, the music started again once he stepped out the door. That's right. That's funny. Oh, I can buy vellums on my yak. That's nice. Yeah, give me 400. Hit decor cap, and I only did 1 room and a half. Holy mackerel, Pet Peppy. What did you do? Did you, like, re-floorboard it with individual tiles? I mean, that would be pretty cool. Greater haste boots. Is the home newer? No. Installing Silcock's new construction for years. Put the turnoff valve further in the house, not outside. Water is back 4 to 6 inches in the wall. Yeah, no, that's what I was looking for. The house is very old. It's very old. I won't say exactly how old, but trust me when I say very. But the spigots are old enough that, assuming that I have a little extra money to throw around, I would love to get a plumber to replace them with the freeze-free ones so that I can empty them from outside without having to crawl into my crawl space. Why do I have this fear that I'm going to get a plumber to do that and they're going to go in my crawl space and be like, no. Like, they won't want to crawl around down there. Like, I try to, like, clear some of the cobwebs out. I know that's, like, part of what plumbers do. But I don't know. Like, I feel like they're just not going to wanna, and then I'm not going to find anyone that I can pay to perform this service for me. What is that anxiety about? Gonna go vacuum down there. We're at 60. We're good. We did it. Okay, so I need some more bamboo lumber. Not much more bamboo lumber, actually. We're only 5 pieces short. I'm gonna go farm some.
Spirits bless you.
Actually, I'm literally 5 pieces short. Well, I feel like I should restock on it, though. Well, we'll farm a little Pandaren lumber. It's gonna come in handy. You better clean your crawl space or they'll judge you. Scared to death of spiders and snakes. There are lots of spiders down there, but I feel like they don't want anything to do with you. If they did, they would live up here, where I am. Might just charge you more. Yeah. Oh, Silcock is freeze-free. Oh, I thought that was just the word for the, I thought that was just a word for a spigot. Hose bib. Long stem places a shutoff valve inside the warm part of the building. Yeah. Well, there's versions of it that specifically have an extra thing that I think you can use from the outside. Hang on a second. This is what I'm up to. Because I would love it if I already had them and I just don't know how to use them. Yeah, no, I would know if I had this because I would have found it in there. Because I went in. Unless they, like, completely covered it in insulation, but I feel like that would be stupid because then you can't get to it. Yeah. Ugh, annoying. Okay, we're gonna farm some lumber. I'm gonna farm some bamboo lumber. I'm gonna take barn. Did you see a recent article about the guy who has a bear living under his house? No! Says it sounds like a dragon down there. Oh my god, does the bear snore? Small dirty crawl space doesn't even crack the top 10 of nasty places he's had to work in. Yeah. Started watching an old TV show, surprisingly fun, the Merlin TV show. Oh. Surprised what some previous owners do. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I've discovered a lot of interesting decision making. Although sometimes it's just something I don't understand yet, but then sometimes it was just a bad call. We're gonna The thing I've learned when uncovering things that previous owners did to this house is that people will do an awful lot to save themselves 10 bucks. People will really move heaven and earth and turn into MacGyver in their shed so they don't have to spend 10 Canadian dollars at a hardware store. We're going to Pandaria, and I think I'm just going to use a dungeon port to get there. Bamboo lumber is such a funny phrase. Whole milled and glued up slabs of processed bamboo out in the wild. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes you have to make do. And if it's something that's for like a really expensive repair, I totally get it, especially if your solution works. But a lot of these solutions are just making it worse. Wife and I take care of my mother. Every year she panics the pipes are going to freeze, and every year I have to tell her they're freeze-free. In the 30 years she's lived here, has any of the pipes ever frozen? But every year, same dance. I mean, it's a little nice that she's thinking about the house, but I get how that would be kind of tiring. Oh, man. Time is worth money, too. Yeah. That is the thing you run into. I thought there was lumber there. I guess not. I need to go to the Valley of the Four Winds. I like it over there. Old houses have weird things. House I lived in had a razor blade drop in the wall. Full of razor blades. It's a thing. Yeah, no, people find needle drops in walls as well. I haven't found any of that here, which is nice. Appreciate that. Somebody had tried to get rid of a bunch of carpet tacking. And they had done it by sticking it in the crawl space, which fine, whatever. But they had done it by wedging it up into the copper plumbing pipes to store it there. And it's carpet tacking, so they're like little boards that are full of nails. And they're all tangled. And they're all like, like I want to get rid of them and get them out of there, but like it's like danger Jenga, where you're afraid to, because these copper pipes are ancient, they collect a pension. And as long as they're doing fine, you don't really want to like mess with them and replace them. But like I want to get the stuff out of there so it's not sitting and putting pressure on the pipe, but it's also been there for a long time, so maybe I shouldn't touch it. But like you have to be careful whenever you're working around down there because there's like freaking nail boards in the sky. I was like, why? Why did you do this to me? Why did you do this to me personally? You know what your plumbing pipes are not is load bearing. Sad. Old mirrors have a slot for razors to drop them in the wall. It was a feature. Danger Jenga, new band name. Anything can be load bearing if you put load on it. They're anti-Mario boards, Hazel. They don't want him jumping in your house. Oh, I'm gonna use them for when I really lose my grip and I start booby trapping the place. See also my sanity. But you know, I liked getting to know things down there, you know? It's my house and I'm not gonna be afraid of my own damn crawl space. I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna see what's up, even if it's weird. Also, there's tools down there. There's like an old motor. I found some wrenches that were kind of like buried in the dirt. I found some screws that were where you're crawling, which is not fun. But, you know, this is freebies. Tack strip cutters. Make them smaller. Ooh, that would be good. That would probably help because they're really long right now, so which makes it hard. I don't know how they got them up there. I see your joke. It's a little much for this chat. Unless there's a bear in the crawl space. Free wrenches are pretty good. I think the wrenches were left there when we got the heating put in, actually. Farm Hut is the lumber tracker I've got going on over here. Tack strip cutters. 40 to 50 bucks. If I had any more carpeting to pull out. I don't know when the place had carpet. It was before my time. It doesn't have any carpet anymore. Carpet tack. Look this up. Carpet. Oh, my fingers are so cold I can't type. I'm just gonna feel better when I get it, like, I don't know. I want to do something to this house that is good. I know I like fix the heat and whatever, but I just want to feel like I'm having a positive effect on it overall. I want to like get it cleaned up a little bit, get some things updated, you know, to be functional and long lasting. Carpet tack strip cutters. And I'm just so overwhelmed, like I don't know where to start, which... Oh, they're not even 50 bucks. They're like, you can get a pair of them for, well, actually the cheap ones probably suck. There's some for $13. I don't know if it's a good idea. 25 bucks maybe? Aviation snips. Multi-purpose snip. I bet those would come in handy for something else. That's my problem with tools now, is I look at a tool and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna use this. Maybe. You never know what you're gonna need. Yeah, no rush. Build a deck. I don't want a deck. I don't want a deck. That's cheap and easy. I was thinking something like patching a drywall hole. Or, you know, removing the nail strips from the ceiling of my crawl space. Get that Millennium Gray painted. You mean like painted in or painted over? This isn't... Well, actually, this is kind of Millennial Gray, isn't it? I don't mind it in here. I like a neutral wall in the walls of my office because I put so much bright stuff like on and around the walls that I don't need the walls themselves to be that loud. Built a gazebo. I was thinking more like replace it like an outlet receptacle, you know, like think smaller. Scale it down. Like 5 of every tool known to man. If you still live down the road, I'd just bring them to you, but you just had to move to the Great White North. Patching drywall, really satisfying. Yeah, I should do that sometime. I just know that once I start patching it, then I'm gonna want to paint it once I'm done patching it, and I don't know if I'm ready to paint yet. I want to start, there's a bathroom I want to start in, but I feel like I shouldn't be worrying about the walls because there's other parts of that bathroom that need fixing, and I'm worried that once I start pulling them out, the whole thing's gonna need to be gutted. So I don't want to like paint it and patch the drywall if I'm just gonna have to rip a bunch of it out because it's like connected to the floor bone, which is connected to the mold bone. Like I just want to, if I'm gonna touch that room, and I'd like to, I should probably be ready for it to turn into a whole big thing. Chalk paint in office spaces makes it convenient for drawing and note-taking. Chalkboard wall paint. Oh. I did construction plastering for my first big person job, and don't worry, the allure wears off quickly. Reason you'd think it would need to be gutted? Yeah. There is an old shower stall from the past, the deep past, that is sitting on top of some floor that is suspiciously discolored and squishy. That is, there's a couple of signs. Everything seems stable for the moment, so I'm not messing with it. Get rid of that load-bearing wall. I promise your house won't sink. Yeah, it's not a big bathroom, so even if I have to redo the subfloor, it's not going to be that expensive, but it's just the kind of thing that you don't really want to, like, pull on that thread until you're ready to keep pulling on the thread, and right now I'm busy. Do you have to wear the stilts, dodge plumbers who leave the crawl space home open? 1 hour of interesting work and then 5 hours of skim coats and sanding. I always think bathrooms are worth renovating if and when you can. It would be nice to have a working shower in there, because the shower currently doesn't work. It leaks so badly that it's best just to keep the water shut off. So it's just a toilet in the sink right now. People leave it open while the mud guys are there. But you know, you got time. Nothing has to happen right this moment. Everything is remaining standing. Roof doesn't leak. Appreciate that. Shout out to my roof for keeping the rain out. It's been a lot of rain. One day I'm going to get a ladder. I'm going to go mucking around up there, and I'm going to try not to fall off. Good news about everything being kind of old and needing some work is that, and mind you, it isn't like... Things work generally. Like, I have a functioning shower. Toilets works, kitchen sink is fine. Laundry works. Like, all the main pieces are there. Like, we're living just fine. The electricity is in shockingly good shape. Given the age. So, like, it's all functional-ish. And the nice thing about it needing a little bit of help is that when I do fix it, then I can choose what I want to put in there. Like, if I want to spring for a better version of a thing, I can do that. Whereas, like, if I had gotten a newer house, not that I could afford it, but if I had gotten a newer house that just had, like, builder grade everything, and it was technically working, but I really hated it, yeah, you can replace that stuff too, and maybe you should, but, like, I would have been much harder for me to justify taking things out and replacing them if they were, like, technically new, you know? Like, this way at least I can be like, oh yeah, I replaced this faucet because it was from the Depression. Not mine an herb while you're lumber collecting? Should I not be trying to over-optimize my farming? It depends on what I'm after. Like, I sometimes do, but the thing is, if you stop for lumber, or pardon me, if you stop for ore and herbs, it's going to slow you down. It takes more times, and if I'm just trying to get lumber, and I'm not too worried about the gold of it all, then it's, I actually, because I have mining and herbing on this character, but if I'm just after lumber, I feel like it's better this way. I think I'm going to lumber my way up to the bank, just in case I need to use this character later. I don't really want to put his war bank on cooldown. Shockingly good electric. See what you did. I'm hopeful that in like 10 years from now, I'm gonna feel like I really understand everything going on in the house and the state that it's in, and like the order of what projects I want to take on and what they're going to involve. It's just a big learning curve. It's a lot to kind of start to wrap your head around if you've been renting your whole life, and it's a lot of stuff that you're kind of trying to figure out what's going on with all at once. It makes me feel like I skipped a grade, or like I missed a grade, and everyone else knows all the answers, and I'm like, wait, what's this thing for? That's the time when you move, learn a new house. Maybe. We'll see. I feel like I could stay here infinitely. Alright, let's pop some lumber in the bank. We got 3 of these, 1 of these, 1 of these, and 36 more of these.
Right.
Wasn't planned, got the second pallet in hidden appearance. Nice! Used to be able to do house things when I lived in Canada because I knew how to hammer things into drywall and replace it if needed, but since we moved to the UK, I am helpless. The house is made of brick. Harder for the wolf to blow down. I am crafting Pandaren enchanting decor. That's what I'm doing. Happy New Year's Eve, everyone. Happy New Year's Eve. Living in the same house for almost 50 years. That's the dream. Yeah. I guess it depends. Like, if my life goes in a different direction and I end up needing to get, like, a non-online job, then I would have to move. There's not really much work here, and there's certainly no work here that would let me afford my mortgage. But, barring that, I don't know. I think I'm chilling. I'm not having any children, so I don't need to worry about giving them good schools or anything. I am married, and my husband lives here with me, so I don't need to go move anywhere for anybody else. I was making something. We're gonna make Pandaren. You know, those are the reasons people often move. Spouse, work, children. I'm already reasonably close to my parents, so I don't need to move closer to them. As long as I can afford it, that's the thing. As long as I can keep affording it, we're in good shape. I guess a natural disaster could take it out. An earthquake could swallow up the island, and then I wouldn't have a house, but I also probably would die, so I don't think I would have to stress about it. We're going to do these ones. We're going to make one of these, and we're going to make one of these. Parents moved here when I was a toddler. Wow. Apartment searching, it is just so bleak. At some point, people can move to be closer to medical attention. That is true. I don't know. I feel like everyone here is... Some people don't. Some people just live in really remote places even when they need medical attention, and then when the heart attack comes, they just die. I think it's not a good choice, but it is an option. It's available. Let's see. We're gonna... When you hope the Category 5 hurricane takes you to Oz, but instead it just wrecks your house. Speaking of, I watched the second Wicked last night. It came out on it came out to like rent or buy, and I was excited, so I got a copy of it. I'm gonna buy these. And these. And these. If you have a DNR, might as well enjoy where you live. Did you like Wicked for Good? I did! I really did. I feel like it would be fun to rewatch the two of them back to back at some point for like a party. They're such beautiful movies. I also was not familiar with... I've never actually seen the stage show, so I didn't have a super clear idea of exactly... Like, I knew the basic beats of the story, but I didn't know exactly what was in the second half. So every time there was like a reveal, I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. It's just like the... it's just like the Wizard of Oz, except different. I'm gonna make one of these. What am I missing for here? Oh, I need to pick up my coal. Did I decide not to buy coal? I must have. You can buy it on vendors, but I could also just... Does my yak carry coal?
Many deals for
I
a
have
friend
pretty
of the Grummles.
I'll just buy some. I'm too lazy to look.
Good fortune to our friends.
It's cheap. I think I can spring the 35 silver. Stranger Things finale later. Yeah, I got that lined up. That's my New Year's Eve. I'm gonna have some dinner and watch the finale, and then I'm probably gonna go to bed at a normal bedtime. I've dealt with patients who had to get all their medical attention done in the warmer seasons because they lived on a mountain and couldn't get into town half the year. Oh man. In Massachusetts, there's so many apartments that haven't been renovated in so long. They have appliances that are old and white for 2K plus. Or they're income restricted or basements for 2K. Yep. Yep. Hey, sometimes the old white appliances still work. Our stove that came with this house is of such vintage. And it's a little bit persnickety, and my husband wants to replace it, and I'm like, but listen, you use this burner when you want to boil water, and you don't turn it all the way up, but if you put it right here, then it gets hot. And he's like, what do you mean? Get a different one. All right, we have our table lamp and our brazier. The table lamp is so cute. I'm wondering if I should make more of them. I guess if it comes to it that I want it. Fridge that had a lazy Susan shelf inside. Now I need it. Haven't seen the ball drop in New Year's Eve in years. Too much of an old lady for that. Yeah, I don't. I just go to bed. I just trust that the year is going to change over. Both my fridge and microwave broke in this apartment, so I have trust issues now. I mean, if you're renting, ideally, I mean, management depending, and your thing breaks, they should fix it. That's the joy of renting, is that it's not supposed to be on your dime when the fridge breaks. The annoying thing is sometimes you have to convince them that you didn't break it and that it's just because it's like a senior citizen. How long is it till New Year for you? 14 hours? A little shy of 14 hours. It's yeah, it's quarter after 10 in the morning right now. Yes. Therese and I will be a renter for my entire life. I mean, the nice thing if it is up to you to replace it is that you get to pick whichever one you want. My mom is in a place where she doesn't get to choose her appliances, and even if she wanted to pay extra to like buy herself, she has like a better appliance. You can't. Like, it's against the rules. You would have to sneak it in, and people would know. And because she wants like a different fridge or something like that, but she literally can't as long as she lives there. Even if it breaks, they just get you the same fridge again. Lagnaros, thank you for the 20-month resub. Never in my years of renting had a landlord who would fix things without being a total headache about it and making me pay for it one way or another. I've had different levels of it. The last one was really good. The people that ran the last place did really, like, I liked them. They were great. They took care of everything. There were a couple times that I had to kind of, like, prove or assert that it was not my own fault that the thing had, like, broken or stopped working. But generally speaking, once it was assessed of whatever was going on, it was fine. Here we go. But then the place before that, you just couldn't get a hold of maintenance. Like, it would be weeks. You would put in a request, and then you would put in like 4 more of them, and then maybe a month later they would get back to you, by which time you had just fixed whatever it was that was going wrong because you couldn't deal with it being broken that long. That was their strategy, was we don't have to do anything. If we just don't, people will figure it out. Bad management. Okay, so we did Pandari enchanting, so let's see where we're going next. We're working backwards through enchanting. Professions, enchanting. Alright, Cataclysm. We're gonna make a Twilight Fire canister, which is highly expensive. Wonder why. Ashwood, lumber, maelstrom crystal, volatile air, hardened elementium bars, and living ember. Yeah, I mean. And then a pyrowood glass bottle. A little cheaper. So I guess we're going to Stormwind, huh? Why don't we just take the portal? There should be a portal over in Pot on Village here. Did I think? I'm not sure. I think I thanked Lagnaros, but just in case, thank you for the 20-month resub. Just had to have the long center burner with the griddle on my stove that I've used over the last 7 years exactly twice. Long center burner. I've never heard of that. I always tell them that I'll fix it and take it out of the rent, and that usually lights a fire under them. I have a friend that calls the panic line saying his apartment is flooding, and then when they call he says false alarm, but while I have you, because they won't call back for other issues. Oh man, that's annoying. Leaky roof killed my roommate's TV. They just patched the ceiling and gave us buckets, like we could have done that. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna pop through here and go poke around with Cataclysm enchanting. Let's see what we have for it. 8. I am 8 of 75. Long burner in the middle is for a griddle. My stove has one. I can't picture this. I'm gonna Google it. Stove, long burner, middle, griddle. That's what I'm Googling. Images. I have never in my life seen this. That's cool. It looks like a gas stove thing. All the pictures are of gas stoves. Is it annoying to clean? It probably just pops right off, eh? I would spill food in the rest of the stove if I tried to cook on that. I'm too messy for that. Middle griddle sounds like a street name. You just lift it off, yeah. I like the glass cooktops. Not because they cook especially well, they do fine. But just because they're easier, like I know how to clean them. I've had them for long enough, and like the ones that have the coil burner with the thing underneath, like it's just, even with the disposable foil liners, I feel like it's just so much harder to get those like properly clean with the extra like crevices. The glass one, at least I can just kind of barkeeper's friend razor blade scrub it and make it look decent, if not brand new. We're going to the enchanting trainer, which I feel like is over here. Kind of a gas stove snob though, can't do electric. Any housing items crafted using time-gated materials? Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure, yeah. There's housing recipes with time-gated acquisition. Like, you can only get 1 Draenor recipe per day per profession. Amy Yui, thanks for the 34-month resub. Thanks, Amy. Appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Did we make it to enchanting? That's inscription. There's enchanting. I knew it was over here somewhere. Yeah, I'm the opposite way. I much prefer an electric stove. They're what I grew up with, and I'm pretty happy to not have gas in my house.
What
Here
can
we
I
go.
do for you?
So I need to level. We are at 8. So we're gonna need some hypnotic dust.
See you later.
And lesser celestial essences. How expensive is hypnotic dust, I guess is the question. Can I just buy a ton of it? No, I cannot. Okay. I mean, I can, but it's a little too expensive. So, 38. Oh, it's going to be a lot of this. Disenchanting green cata stuff. I'm debating whether or not it's worth it to... No, it's probably not. I was going to say if it's worth it for me to... Lesser Celestial Essence? To actually start disenchanting stuff for that. Yeah, those are cheaper. I might be DIYing this. What about Greater Celestials? Yeah, that's cheaper. We're just gonna get some stuff. Give me like 100 of these. Give me 300 of these. Well, 100 of those. And then Greater Celestial? Give me 200 of these. I don't want to do math. Aunt and uncle had a cool wood stove, heated their home, but the top was made to be a stove to cook food on. That's cool. I've seen those. Wanted to pop in, wish you a happy new year. Hope your year is full of joy and happiness. Thanks for all you do. Thoroughly enjoyed being a part of your community for so long. Aw, thanks, honey bun. Happy new year to you and your family.
Good day to you.
You're going here. So we want to use minimal hypnotic dust on account of it being super expensive. The greater essences are not so bad. What about these? No, okay. Have to complain though, my vault was garbage yesterday. I was very disgruntled and logged off. Terrible, very rude of them. How could they? I don't think I did a vault. I guess it's a new week, isn't it? I should, not should, but I could do another wriggling pinnacle cache to see if we get a new pet again. 15. Enchant Cloak Intellect? 6 dust. I don't know, man. If I can get away with 2 dust, that's better. I'm gonna ride this train as long as I can. Hyped up for WoW Midnight or what? Yeah, I feel like it's gonna come before we know it. March is gonna be here like any minute now. 3 and 2. See how long I can get away with this. We only need to make it to 60. I don't know. I don't want to burn him. I don't want to fail. How is your master at the time wise going? You know what? I think I can do one and get my mount token today. I had forgotten about it, but you reminded me. I think I can get one. Let's see. Right now we're doing enchanting, decor collecting. I'm working from the newer expansions backwards. We made it back to Cataclysm. Minimal hypnotic dust. That's the way of it. This one's gonna be kind of expensive. Crazy that the dust is so expensive. I guess there's just not a lot of cata greens flying around. Yeah, you get 1 token and then you have to... Well, you don't have to, but if you want the other mounts.
See you around.
Sorry, I don't know why I'm like this. If you want the other mounts, you need time warp badges. Hypnotic dust again. Give me another 100. I feel like it doesn't bother me to spend like 10 to 20k leveling a profession if I have to, because it's kind of what it would cost me to buy the decor anyway. Just 1 copy of it. So it still feels like good value, because this way I could make more copies, or I can start selling them at any point. I've been abusing the living heck of the time walking to level up my alts. Total of 37 alts so far, 15 left to go. Holy smokes. You're cooking. Wait till they add decor gated behind time walking badges. You're gonna see me in my time walking era if they pull that stunt. 5, 8, okay. What do they want for this? Ooh, cheaper.
Have a good one.
So, Greatest Celestial, yeah. Because that's like worth 1 dust basically. Give me volatile air. You could farm kata mobs for volatiles and then disenchant the greens and do decently well still. Have you done a house tour yet? I haven't. Every now and then on stream, I'll kind of pop around it. I only have one room that's really done, and then the yard, and it hasn't really changed. From WoW sounded weird. No. I got what you mean. I caught your drift. We just need 9 more points here.
You need something?
10, 12, 8. Anyone notice their enchanting gear being put on automatically on login? If you were enchanting before you logged off, that can happen. Usually it'll pop me to profession gear that I was using recently on login sometimes. This should do it. Can't stomach doing that many time walking dungeons anymore unless it's TBC or classic. Alright, so I need a little more, literally 4, but I need a little bit more ashwood lumber from Cataclysm. I was farming some in the Twilight Highlands? Yeah, that's what I was doing. It's gonna be a little expensive.
Safe
Let's
travel.
get a little ashwood lumber. After I get these Cataclysm enchanting stuff made, I would like to probably take a quick break, but then do, I want to do that time walking dungeon. That's a good idea. My gnome keeps wearing her chef's hat, and I haven't touched cooking for years. Talk to the NPC about your profession gear near the crafting NPC. Gnome in a chef's hat sounds delightful. It's very big. It's a large hat. I'll warm up my hand in my heated blanket over here. I wonder if this is larger timer or these are just heat levels. Maybe I only had it on heat level 1. Okay, let's turn this bad boy up. Okay, so I want to go to Stormwind. There should be portals in the other room, I think. I'm gonna get some ashwood lumber. I only technically need 4 pieces, but we can probably get 25 or 30 or something. You know, there's no sense farming just 4. What level is your house with 883? 5. 5, and then I'm 6,600 of 3,700 XP, so I'll probably get 6 and maybe 7 when they release it eventually. Someone made a Reddit post that leveled to 80 in 6 minutes. Holy smokes. Here, we'll do Twilight Highlands, I think. I'm trying to think of where else I would level. I've been doing lumber and Hyjal, but I think I'm gonna try Twilight Highlands because Hyjal's very vertical. It's fine. I'm gonna try a different area. I love Oldham, but I don't know how many trees are out there. It is a desert after all. Cataclysm time walking? Cataclysm time walking. That's Deep Home. Can't expect a lot of trees over there. Twilight is the cata zone I like best. Alright, here we go. Let's get cozy. I miss doing this. I've enjoyed working through the class order hall stuff, especially because I know that like everything I get is a thing I never have to get again. You know, we unlock these things once and then we got them. Unless, of course, I want copies, but those you can just kind of buy. But I miss the lumber farm. It's relaxing when you do it like this. I think I would stress myself out if I was trying to farm massive quantities of lumber in any given sitting. Farming for lumber in Oldham sounds funny, not gonna lie. Do you think it would be weirder in Oldham or in Deepholm? Deepholm's underground, and they don't even have like a sun lamp crystal like Hallowfall has. He wanted cat of greens. I did want cat. Well, I was thinking about it anyway. I bought the dust after all. So much tender buying the Sky Witches thing so I can dress up my gnome mage as a magical girl with a gigantic hat. Love it. So much fun. Those are cute, cute outfits. Ooh, tomorrow we get new trading post. I'm gonna buy my chain kini. I gotta figure out who's gonna wear it. Stick it on my demon hunter. Some of the places lumber is available. It's odd. Would there be lumber in Vashir? Oh, kind of tempted to look. There must be. So someone's tried, right? Someone's tried to go chop trees in Vashir. I haven't. Oldham's great. It's all in the center. Oasis areas in Oldham, not so much in the deep hole. Doesn't that sound kind of cold? I already forgot what I said. My keyboard hand's not so cold. My mouse hand's freezing. I don't think I can do this without my mouse, though. Wow. Gotta steer. Coral trees? Autocorrect knew what it was doing. Turtles. Doesn't sound like... No, I don't think it would be worth it. I'm just curious if there's any. And if so, did they put them on the barnacles? Are there, like, fallen logs under there that I don't recall? You know, like, what did they spawn them on? They always spawn them on something. I bet every... Oh, the chain keeney's probably what you're saying. It sounds cold. Yeah. Hey, I've got a priest who's been in a bikini all winter. Lucky for her, she doesn't have to worry about her temperature. I do, which is why I'm not wearing a chain kini right now. That's the only reason. You know, if I was streaming to you from sunny Malibu, that's a warm place, right? We'd be chain kini all year, baby. Seaweed, red sweatsuit. Go look in Bashir now. Oh yeah, maybe on the seaweed. There is no longer lumber here. All right. Want to see the male avatars wearing the chain kini? It looks good on them. I think I'm gonna stick it unironically on my demon hunter. Raining in Malibu a lot this month. Can we quote you on that in the summer? It doesn't get that hot here. It gets hot, but none. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think we're ever gonna get to chain kini indoors weather for Hazel. I don't see a lot of people rocking those these days. No. I love a nice crew neck because it helps prevent wardrobe malfunctions when you're like leaning over. Like you get up, but then you're leaning over your desk to like check something or to like use your keyboard or mouse. It's really easy to forget you're wearing a V-neck if you are. Yeah, that's a band you don't want to catch. Here we go. Was heat wave in BC a few years ago though? You never know. It's true. I have cooling now, though. I have, and I do mean to brag, I have a heat pump. Wow. We can heat in the winter and cool in the summer, baby. Your girl's got air conditioning. Right in the floor. Heat pump gang. You best believe I'm gonna enjoy every penny I put into that thing. It was a lot. It was a lot of pennies. It's gonna be worth it. Last summer, we moved here in August, and it was hot for a little while before the fall really set in, and it was dicey for a while trying to keep it from being uninhabitable. It wasn't too bad actually. If you ran the fans and you opened the windows overnight, and then I got like a bunch of sun blocking drapes for like all of the windows. I managed to keep it like 25 or below, at least in the main room. The bedrooms were cooking. As someone who's worn armor in real life, I definitely advise against putting chainmail on the bearskin. Maybe fishnet mugs. Love the name heat pump because of how it implies a total mastery over fundamental physics and entropy. The heat will occur where I will it to occur. I feel bad for it because I imagine that, like, right now, it's frickin' cold outside, but the heat pump is making it warm in here. But I'm imagining it's trying to find heat outside to, like, pump in here, and it's just, like, looking for the little teeniest dregs of warmth in the frickin' cold air outside. And I know they actually are less effective once you get below a certain temperature. I don't know what that is. I don't think it's liable to happen here. I do have a wood-burning stove if it really comes to it, or if the power goes out. But I just imagine the poor thing's having to work so hard. I don't think that's true. But in my brain, it's just like, where's the heat? I can't find any heat to pump. My parents renovated their bathroom, and their sink now has a thermostat installed with it. It has a what now? Is it so the water is always warm for washing your hands? How cold is it there? Roughly freezing. It's been hovering around freezing for a couple days. I think the heat pump in this office is broken. You can hang beef in here. You just bring a side of meat on a big hook to work. Eggs. It's not that cold. It's cold, but I know some of you people live in places with real winter. I have like the Barbie's Dream House version of Canadian winter. Like, yeah, it might snow. It gets cold. It rains a lot. We get shocking amounts of rain, but compared to what you guys are dealing with in like Quebec and Ontario and Alberta and Saskatchewan and Manitoba and pretty much everywhere else, even other places in BC that aren't the island, I have the cute version. I can't complain about my winter. I mean, I can, but it's not going to come off real well. Cue straw sucking. Last drops from cup noises. The heat pump tries to find heat. 32 Fahrenheit here. Feels like 16. I hate Ohio. I got a hat for Christmas that is my new favorite thing anytime I'm stepping outside. It's like a trapper hat, an aviator style hat that's got like the big flaps that go over the ear with like, and it's lined with like faux fur and it's quilted. And I can like buckle it under my chin to like tuck the ear flaps down over my ears. Oh, it's awesome. I look ridiculous. It looks like a boxing helmet on me, but I'm so toasty I don't care. It's nice. Anytime I'm taking the dog out, I'm slapping that bad boy on. Before I just had like knit beanies or toques and not even particular, like not even lined ones. And that's better than nothing, but this is way better. Thinking one of those hats that can hold 2 cans of beer. Hat that holds beer. Oh yeah, no, not that. He put some hot tea, a little hot peppermint tea over here. We're probably doing fine on our lumber. I think we're probably just about there. Yeah, some of those places cold all year round. How much lumber do we have? 39. Oh yeah, we're set. We're good. We now need a tea hat. 2 tanks of hot tea on each side. I feel like a vest would be good. Although I don't really want this because I don't really want to store hot tea in what is presumably going to be like a plastic bib basically, but you could have it. You could have like a hot drink basically as a hot water bottle, but if it was food safe, then you could have a straw where you could have it warming your body and your body warming your drink. I've thought about this too much. I'm going to take that break here. Let's dunk some lumber in the war bank. Thank you, Citizen Quinn, for the 19-month race. Appreciate it very much. We're going to dump our lumber in. I'm going to take the break, and then we're going to do time walking. Actually, no, when I come back, I'm going to craft this thing, and then I'm going to do some time walking. All right, BRB. Okie dokie. Let's have a look at Turbulent Timeways. Not for decor, but for amount. I think I can finish this. I think if I do one dungeon, it's gonna get me my week 5. That's the dream. Yeah, because we're 4 of 5. I have my buff. Random time walking dungeon. Holy. Probably human heritage armor, right? Something like that. Seems like it. And luckily enough, it actually turns in here. Do I have enchanting on this character? What are her professions? She would have had them at some point. She clearly has alchemy. Ooh, actually, there's a question. Does she have alchemy in any areas where my priest is missing alchemy? Let me look. Professions? Actually, what other professions does she even have? She has alchemy and... Oh, engineering. Oh, she has Shadowlands engineering. I guess that makes sense. This was my Shadowlands main, and I used to have to wormhole around. I bet I can learn some decor from that. If I don't have it already. Shadowlands alchemy. Yeah, I need these things, and I have it leveled. Wow, that's nice. Go me. Good for me. We can worry about that after this. Oh, I forgot. I was going to craft my decor. I guess we'll do that after. I need to make the Cataclysm enchanting stuff. Couldn't find the extra mounts to buy? I think they might be on the Shadowlands Time Walking vendor when that comes back. That might be the thing. Not 100%. But it would make sense because they're Shadowlands themed mounts. But we'll find it on the last 2 pages. Oh, poke around. Wonder if I should buy them or maybe they give you another free one. Yeah, that would be an interesting question. Are they going to give you another token next time they do Timeways, or are they going to have a new Timeways mount? I think they would have a new one, but I have nothing to back that on. That's what I did with Alchemy. I had one character had up to, but not all of Legion. One character that had everything after Legion. Yeah, if you've ever jumped mains around, I've got a couple of things that are like split up onto different characters. As long as I have it all collected, I'm happy. I just wanted to check to see if she had enchanting so that she could disenchant some of her stuff if necessary. I think it's just the greens, though, that would be valuable for Kata stuff anyways, so I would be able to send them over if I got any. Like, this one. Could probably disenchant that. Assume the point of the system is they're going to do a new mount each go-round, but give you a token to ease back on the FOMO. Maybe. Would be nice. I don't know if I trust Blizzard enough to hope much for best case scenario and stuff like that. This could be just a one-off, the token situation. It could be just how they're handling this Turbulent Timeways, and they could just go back to how they had been doing it before. It is quiet in this dungeon. I guess just for me. I've got some sound coming through stream. Looks like people are doing lots of damage, though.
Heretics!
Whenever the dungeons are easy, it always makes me feel like I should just be leveling my ults. I should. I've got lots of 70s that could use the help. Has this been a pretty fast week for time walking? I don't know if Pet Peppy is still here, but they would know.
For the master, I
If you've leveled that many ults so far. Has this been a pretty good one? Oh, hey. I got a transmog. Wow. Did you look at that? One cordless baton for me. Did I really not have that? Guess not. Overall, yeah. Okay. Cat has a couple mechanics that wipe groups. Fast is in dungeon completion. Quicker at the beginning of the week. People are using it level 80s. 71 to 80 in an hour with queue times. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty good. I should count how many characters I have that would maybe need doing. It would be a good thing to do just like with like some YouTube videos on or something. Sometimes you get stuck with people who don't know the mechanics, and that's why I don't like Cat Time Walking. Yeah, when they make stuff wipe, when they make mechanics wipe if failed, that's kind of annoying. I don't mind it if the mechanic, like, kills one group member if they, like, giga fail it, but I guess the problem is then it could kill all the group members if everybody giga fails it. And then you have to pull it again. I also got a red winter hat. Should I put it on? Oh no, I shouldn't put it on because it's actual armor. And then I would be replacing my helmet, which is not what you want. I have not thought about which mount I'm going to get, actually. That is a bridge that I'm going to have to cross fairly shortly when we get there. Only bad one is stone core because the initial ads suck doo-doo. The rest are manageable. Some of the white mechanics can be healed through, but they require a healer who's paying attention, has the HBS to keep you alive. Yeah, that is... even if I'm healing, I don't know if we can guarantee that. Pick... Paying attention, HPS, pick one. I remember the first time I tanked this, and I felt like I had solved tanking. Like, this... I felt like the first time I made it through here and was, like, correctly dragging him in and out of the thing. Oh man, I felt so smart. It's like, I did it! I'm worthy! I just need to either level or delete some of those alts. There's no sense in having them, like, still be 70 when I go into midnight. It bums me out having alts that are, like, more than one expansion's level cap old. Because once they get that old, I never really pick them up again. So I need to go through my list at some point. Maybe we'll make, like, a week of it and either just level them or can them. Either or. Whichever works. 2026 coming within 4 hours for me, off to the family dinner. We wanted to wish you all a happy new year. Happy new year. I hope you have a lovely dinner with your family. Oh, D-Fox, thanks for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Hope you had a lovely stream over there. Speaking of HPS, I nearly have... There's GS. See if I can save this tank. Yeah, sort of. Oh, the Crepuscular Veil. Oh, they're taking no healing, basically. That's right. Now they're taking some healing. Oh, we're at the last boss already. That's nice. That was fast. I feel like I've been in here for 5 minutes. Hi there. Happy New Year. Have a nice one. Happy New Year.
I cannot be destroyed. Only
And someone asked me once if I knew what my healing buttons were. I'm like, yeah, I do. I only have 3 of them. Level 15. Yeah. Healers are the first thing that anybody blames if anything goes wrong. It's funny when they are like, dispel, and you don't have one yet because you're like a brand new healer and they don't give you your dispel until later for unknown reasons. It's like, I would. I can't. Okay, we're gonna... Oh, I sold a Mona Harmony. Master of the Turbulent Time Ways. Thank you, Bobadormu. That always... I guess it could be Bobadormu. I was just thinking his name's Bob. The name's Bob, but they had to be a dragon, so they're like, alright, Bobadormu. Enclosed is a token. Can be traded to Overseer Taridan in Oribos for reward. Okie dokie. Should we go do that? We also have a Smoldering Ember to turn in. This is where I would place my Dispel, if I had any. Any classes, all the healing buttons look the same. That's going to improve in Midnight with the class reworks. Things are getting clarified a lot. Not so many different buttons anymore.
Hello. I am listening.
Look, it's a mount I don't have. If only I could afford it. Yeah, not so much. 3,000 out of 5,000 badges for the Broodling of Sinestra. Oh, there's also, like, Regalia. Oh, they're ugly. Hey, is it the beer can helmet? Is that not? We were just talking about hats that let you stick a beer can on either side. Telling me that's not what this is.
Good luck, friend.
Alright. We're gonna pop up to Oribos. Have a look at it. I love this, man. It's so cute. Love when the time walking mods look so bad I can save badges. Once upon a time I would be like, I need them just because they're +1s. And I do, but I need decor first. I got my priorities straight. I don't have all the decor yet. Which one do I want? There's gonna be... What is it? They're covenant mounts. So an Aquilon, a corpse fly, a noodle dragon, and a gargoyle, right? Those would presumably be our options. Let's take a look. Speak to... Oh, it's a mount, thank goodness. Or a quest, rather. I was like, I don't know where this guy is. I don't remember where Teredan lives. Especially because I don't think he lived here about last time. The ceiling is so high in here. I don't think I ever noticed these little glowy graphics ever in my life. I played this whole expansion. I don't think I ever noticed that there was a beer mug neon sign on the front of the Idalia. Never looked up. Actually, they're called noodles. They're toothpaste noodles. Okay, so we've got either a bronze... No, cancel. I'm not committing yet. Alright, hang on. What is... I wanna... Are they called bronze? Yeah. Bronze Aquilon, Corpse Fly. Ooh. Grave Wing, and Wilderling. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Bearing in mind that we have all of these mounts in other colors, I think I'm gonna rule out the Corpse Fly. It takes a great deal of effort to decorate a Corpse Fly, but some would say the efforts are worth it. On account of the colors not vibing for me. I have other Corpse Flies that I feel like are more fun colors. The Grave Wing just looks unpainted to me. I don't really like these things. They're too big. So that brings us to the Aquilon or the Wilderling. The Wilderling looks a little fuzzy and it looks a little plain. And also they've got a kind of a perma-spine curve to them. His face looks a little fuzzy. This one I think is the sharpest one. I think we're going to do an Aquilon. I think that's the move. I've always been a Kyrian. One bronze Aquilon, please. We can get the rest of them. Don't worry. You can.
It is
But...
clear you deserve only the best.
maybe procrastinating will work out, actually. Maybe one day they'll do another one of these and give me another token. Not a fan of the colors of anything but the Aquilon. Purpose of Orbos is to leave as fast as possible. What do they call that? Hostile design? Alright. I was crafting some decor. I'm not going to start, but I want to take a look at which alts I would even be leveling. How many 70s do I have? Actually, how many 80s do I have? Here's a question. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16, 17 characters at level 80. And then another... 18. Sorry, found Hazley. 18 80s. And then another 2, 4, 6... 8, 10, 12, 14, another 15 of them between, oh no, more, there's more, 16, 15, 16, 17, yeah, another 17-ish between 70 and 80, 18 if you count Bokoa down here at 69. A lot. I should get rid of these guys that are like, I mean, it's cute, but like, are we really gonna keep that? Poor worm bin! And ketchup can give you item IDs. Weird. Oh yeah, I could filter them, couldn't I? There we go. 2, 4, 6. But then I want to count like the 76s and stuff too. Like it doesn't matter. That's a lot of time walking. It's a lot of time walking. We were crafting decor. I was gonna craft some on Inksy, and then I was gonna take my priest, my other one that I was just on, and I was going to craft anything that she has the professions leveled for. Who is Cluckingham? How did I miss that name? I needed to make a fresh Worgen to collect some decor out of the Worgen starting area. And that was the character that I made to do it. We don't have character limit. Nah, character limit's high these days, isn't it? Okay. Decor. Cataclysm. Decor. We're gonna make one bottle and one fire canister. We have the lumber. The fire canisters. Oh no, they've come down. Okay, I was worried they were gonna have expensive mats. Not too bad. I think I must have crystal vials already. And I have the dust. I need the fire. Blizzard forced you to make 12 characters for Remix. Well, it didn't force me. Can't believe I still need 3 cloaks from Legion raids. Why? Increased character limit is why RAM is so expensive. Yeah, it's not AI, it's alcoholics. That's what really happened. It's me! I'm the problem, it's me! So there's our fire canister, and here's our glass bottle. Now I haven't looked at my plate. I could check on this character. This has been my main for the longest, but she's probably got a fraction of my overall played because I've played so many alts. And I started playing in Wrath, and I didn't make this character until almost WoD. But she still probably has the longest played. This character is at 238 days. It's not nothing. Here we go. Fire canister and a glass bottle. Very good. Let's pop on to Hazeline and see what she can make. Either my sets got bugged or they weren't included in Remix. Oh, that's annoying. Is it not 50? Wow, character limit. They keep, every time they do a thing, they keep bumping it up. Five new characters. They added 5 with Remix. I feel like it's at 65 or 70 or something. I wonder why the Wowhead article didn't have the total. How many hours, or has New Year's Eve passed? 13, I think. It's only 11 a.m. for me on the 31st. Does the hat really go with the sweater? I like them both individually. Sorry, I didn't realize you were a fashionista now. Oh, safe to say that if I'm wearing it, I like it. On any given characters, if I'm wearing it, it's because I put it on there, which means that I'm happy with it. We're gonna do Shadowlands Enchanting. That's what we're, or Engineering rather, and Alchemy. So if we look at, actually we gotta pop by the trainers here. Yes, she's a human priest. She's not a working priest. Hall of Shapes is the one with the profession trainers. What are your guys' favorite New Year's Eve traditions? How do you like to spend the evening? I know parties are traditional, but I can't be the only one who hasn't done a New Year's Eve party in a long time. Every year I tell the story about how when I was like 12, I was allowed to stay up until midnight, but I couldn't wake anybody else up. And I was so excited to be allowed to stay up past my bedtime. I would have like black tea in the evening just to help me stay up. And I would sit quietly on the couch and I would do puzzles. I had word searches and I had Sudoku. And I would just sit there and wait for the clock to tick over. And then when the VCR clock said midnight, then I would go to bed. Capture crate and an anima barrel. Oh, we're probably going to need lumber, aren't we? And then the alchemy ones. That's jewel crafting. Sleeping. In bed by 10. Playing games. Very much in the fun cocktails all night. Champagne when the ball drops. It's classic. It's a classic for a reason. First New Year's in a while where I won't be drunk or high. Not sad about it. It's nice waking up on, and mind you, no judgment if you want to party tonight. By all means, just be safe. But like, It's nice waking up on New Year's Day and the first day of a new year and not being hungover. It's nice to start a new year without a hangover. Okay, we're gonna need how much are we talking about lumber wise here? So we need sin tallow candles and veil secured anima cone. And then for engineering, cartel's eye capture crate. Gonna have to make some tools. And an anima barrel. So it looks like we're gonna need loads of lumber. So let's say 12. I have 11 handy already, but we're just gonna 18, 9, and then another 42 for the capture crate. Holy moly. This thing better be sick. This thing better be so sick. 42 lumber. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we got some lumber to farm. So we're gonna need about 81 lumber is our final total here. Anybody ready to go to Shadowlands? You live in Zangermarsh, you live in Dragonflight. We're druids. Oh, you could go to Shadowlands. At some point it's nice just wake it up. Pardon me. We have a bar around the corner whose owner we're friends with. Often end up there just because it's easy and fun. Tend to get Chinese takeout for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. Nice. Played WoW, drank wine, talked to my friends in the guild who are also playing WoW. Watched the ball drop in New York City online. I like to be invited to the party even if I don't really want to go. Well, I level all my tunes to 90. Doesn't look promising, does it? Given that I spent the entirety of the War Within and only maybe half of my characters are at 80. Doesn't seem like I'm really making a big dent in it. I feel like the precedent has not been set well. So I'm gonna go to Shadows. I like Ardenweald. People like Revendreth, but I like Ardenweald. So I'm gonna take my turn at Scythe Portal. Okay. Lumber time. I need 80. Nice to, like, I don't even have to level these professions. I already have them leveled. One of each class to max level each X-Pack. That's a good way to do it. I guess I now have one character of each class kind of designated as like my main for each class, because those are the characters I've like set out to do their class order hauls on for decor. So you could... Maybe I should level those ones first. Or, alternatively, there is overlap, but not full overlap with my alts that are designated for each profession. I might want to level those ones, just to kind of get a head start on the profession decor in Midnight. There's going to be Midnight profession decor. All these professions are going to have to get leveled one more time. Although, thankfully for these newer expansions, the actual leveling the profession, it's not negligible, but the big grind of profession leveling these days is knowledge, and you don't need knowledge to make decor, which I appreciate. So as long as you can get the skill ups, you are a-okay, baby. End up having multiple max level hunters. Yeah. This time around, this past expansion, I feel like I've told myself I would level an alt kind of when I needed it for something, and it just didn't come up that much that I needed them for something. Eventually, I had a few of them leveled, and it was nice because I was using them for Undermine. I was doing chet lists on level 80 alts in Undermine. That's the only thing I could really think of. Yeah, this one is Farm Hut. Good stuff. Whoa. Oh, I'm sleepy. Oopsies. This is part of the trouble with farming and farming lumber and in what do you call this place? Ardenweald is there's places you're not supposed to go. So fun to level every time. Get new pets for him. I have different pets on all of my hunters. I don't think I have the same pet twice. Most of my hunters don't even have very many pets. Most of them have like 2, maybe 3 or 4 pets, but whenever people are talking about like the stable storage, I'm like, oh, they're talking about hunters other than me. I don't really put pets away in my stable, generally speaking. I don't have enough of them to to make it necessary. Huh. What else do I want to do for New Year's Eve? I'm gonna watch Stranger Things. Find out how they're wrapping that one up. I'm gonna... Nope, that's it. I was trying to think, do I want to like bake something? I don't know. New Year's cookies or something? I could. Probably won't. I only ever made one batch of Christmas cookies. I didn't even ice them this year. Plus, it's, you know, it's after Christmas. There's still like a bunch of Christmas chocolates around. I got a couple of different types of candy and chocolate as gifts that I've been pecking away at. And I feel like as long as I have those handy, I don't really need cookies. What is a good thing to do on New Year's Eve if you don't want to go out? Love some suggestions? I mean, I love a movie night. If you want to stay up but not go out, I love a movie marathon. You know, you can watch movies online or rent them or whatever you do and have some popcorn. Gaming, also good. It's really whatever brings you joy. Some people want to take a more like introspective kind of planning energy. You could come up with a ritual. You could do vision boarding. You could do journaling and like think about what you want in your life for next year and what you might like to do to bring some of that energy in. Some people like that thing, you know, light some candles and get into some cozy jammies and kind of have a bit of a introspective moment. That kind of sounds fun. Maybe I'll do that. There was a time when a decent number of desirable pets were hard to find and keeping a full stable made sense. This is not that time. Will you introspect about life? I don't think I'm prepared to introspect about life right now. I don't think I'm ready. You can rush a girl to a journal, but you can't make her write. Watch Lord of the Rings, have a game night. Watch all 5 Twilight movies back to back. I hear there's a fireworks display in Stormwind. Yeah, I think they do that. Start the 2 towers at 21:13:19, ringing the new year with Theoden saying, "So, it begins." Yeah, organizing and cleaning sounds good. I kind of want to take all my clothes out of my drawers, my storage bins, and kind of, I don't know, reorganize them and refold them, because I feel like I've got things that I want to wear that are in storage, but they're winter clothes and I'm cold. And then I can take some of the stuff that I haven't been wearing and I can put it into storage to make some room in my drawer. I like a good clothing rotate. What you doing in Ardenweald? I'm chopping trees, farming lumber. I have 21 out of 81 pieces of lumber that I'm going to need to make some decor things that I was going to craft. I'm geared up to make the Shadowlands Alchemy and Shadowlands Engineering decor. Been watching the Wolverine series again. Maybe I will continue the marathon as motivational energy for the new year. I think I've seen the first one because I remember it with Hugh Jackman. And I was wondering if he felt like he needed to get really fit. Not to be an actor, but just because his name kind of sounds like huge, jacked man. And he was... You know how there's like a disproportionate amount of people named Dennis that become dentists? There's like a small but scientifically notable bias towards like becoming things that sound like your name. And I was wondering if that was why Hugh Jackman got so fit. Have you seen him? No, I haven't. Is he a huge jacked man? Going to Florida to visit family? Nice. This is news to me. I don't remember what book I read that in. But it's not a huge bias, but there is a slightly higher percentage of dentists named like Dennis than like other name distributions and stuff like that. It's hilarious. Some have said that he is the only good thing to come out of Canada. Well, that's offensive. As a Canadian, not sure how I feel about that. It's okay, I'll be offended for you. Oh, man. Wolverine, that is. Knew a doctor named Butcher. Butcher is kind of a metal name for anybody. Starts out as normal, strong build, and by Wolverine, he's crazy big. My name is Marie Jean. Am I destined to be green? What if you're destined to be environmentally green? You're going to be a solar panel queen. we doing? We're up to 29 pieces of lumber. Everything Everywhere is my go-to New Year's movie. Ooh, that's a good one. I feel like I could go for like a Michelle Yeoh marathon. You know, you could get some old martial arts movies in there. You can watch Everything Everywhere. You can watch Crazy Rich Asians. You can do the Wicked movies. You'd have a great night. It's probably more than one night's worth of movies, to be honest. Is the dentist thing true? Let me Google. Just because I read it in a book doesn't make it true. Are more dentists named Dennis? Why it's not so weird that many dentists are named Dennis. I have a Columbia University study. A story of conditional probability. Statmodeling.stat.columbia.edu. 2009. So there was a study. That doesn't make it true, but someone really did look into this. Okay. What else are we up to?
Devourers continue to encroach upon the
I'm
forest.
trying to think of how I can do the
Slaying
vision board
beasts
thing without
and
actually
use their
getting anything
animals to seal
printed.
the rifts.
I have a printer at home,
Before
but
we
it's a
are
laser
overrun.
printer. It's a black and white laser printer, so it's not going to make things unless my visions are monochrome. If my dreams for next year are monochrome, then I'm all set. This character's Night Fae. I guess if I wanted anima, I could do the world boss, but that's not what I want, and that's not why I'm here.
It might do
I'm here
well
for
their
lumber.
morale if you were to accompany them.
Give me the trees. What are your dreams for next year? I want to get more familiar with my house and kind of more settled in this new place that I live. And sort of... Because I feel like the first year is just kind of doing everything for the first time. There's kind of like an annual cycle to this. You know? First property taxes come and do that kind of thing. You could use Canva. I could do it digitally. I could Photoshop it together. I'm becoming a bit of a Luddite. I'm starting to not want to do things on the computer, which is funny for a YouTuber. Working a print shop and a black and white LaserJet is the correct printer for home use. Oh, I love it so much. It's like I can put toner in it and it'll just print like home use things forever because I'm not even printing that much. But like if I want to like rattle off a recipe or, you know, print directions to someplace or like print a document to sign and then scan, gosh, it's awesome. Works good. I used to sell printers in my early 20s, and that was the thing that I assessed and then was telling people about is like, don't get an inkjet printer unless you are fully convinced that that's what you need. You know, it's so much more money. Opportunity to learn and learn and practice painting, drawing, and pastels. I don't want to learn anything. I don't want to practice anything. That sounds like work. Contradiction can be interesting. Speaks to the duality of human beings. I just had such an unchecked optimism for technology in my teen years, in my 20s. I very much grew up on the internet, like many of us did. And I had this vibe that it was only going to get cooler and make things better and be like a net positive for society. And lately, it's not so much how I feel. And I increasingly am just going back to the way it was before. You're supposed to upsell people, not convince people they don't need things. You sound just like my manager did. The promise of technology in the early 2000s was so cool, and we've gotten the worst possible version of it. Yeah. I don't love what it's doing to me with my use and the way it's kind of like meshed with my own neuroses. But can't completely unplug and go live in a cabin because I gotta pay the mortgage on the cabin. And also, I think there's gotta be something still worth fighting for in the internet. There must be. You know, I can't just say the whole thing is garbage. I can make whatever I want. No one says I have to make anything terrible, you know. I am free to keep making YouTube videos the same way that I've been doing since 2013. No one says it has to suck. Can't tell if that's why I'm so nostalgic for the 90s and 2000s. It's just it was such a different, like, I felt different, partly because I was young. You know, part of it is just being nostalgic for being like a kid as opposed to being an adult. But there was a lot more space to be, or I was giving myself a lot more space to be bored and to just kind of think about things and dream about things. Like now, if I'm bored, I can fix it with a hot dose of anxiety at a moment's notice. And it's a very hard thing to resist, especially if you've conditioned yourself into doing that over like 20 years. You only gotta pay the mortgage if the bank can find you and get past your clever traps. I like to think that the bank would be stumped, but the insurance company would bull right through it. But yeah, like when I was a kid, I had like, I could go on the computer for like an hour and you would ask to go on the computer and you would go on. And then I would stay on the computer until someone remembered that I was on the computer and kicked me off of it. So I didn't really like, it never occurred to me that it would be a good idea for me to learn how to self-regulate my own screen time. It wasn't really like a thing. And then of course, you know, I grew up and move out and there's no one to tell me what to do anymore. And then you just guzzle the internet fire hose of information for years and years, and then you wake up and you're like, what did that do to me? What have I been reading? As a kid of the 90s, I yearned for the future, and now that we're here, I miss the good old days. I definitely romanticize the past in a way that I know is not true. Like, I didn't have a very good time when I was a teenager. I wasn't doing well, you know, despite it being the golden years of 2008 or whatever. There's a lot of good things to say about that year, but it wasn't a good one for me. But I think what I'm nostalgic for is, I don't know, it was nice to just kind of like feel like you had a grip on everything. I feel very overwhelmed by the amount of stuff going on or like potential things you could do or whatnot. These days, I feel like there's so many possibilities for how you can use your technology or do things online or whatever that, like, I kind of miss when you didn't have so many options and things were like more clearly defined. I think especially because like I do this for a living. I make content for a living and there's no rubric. There is no expectations. It's so abstract and I kind of miss the structure. And yes, you can give yourself structure, but no, it hasn't worked out well for me. Twitch chat would have been good friends as teenagers. Kind of wash, yeah. So now I'm into this place where I'm trying to figure out how do you get the things that you need out of technology, which kind of banks on figuring out what you need versus what you think you need, because there's a lot of companies that have put a lot of money and research into trying to make you think you need things that you don't need. So how do you sort out what is actually a benefit to you versus what has invisible costs that are not worth it? And then how do you access things to get the things you need without getting sucked into all of the stuff that's just making your life worse? And it's harder than it sounds. Like you're up against a lot of money and research that is designed to suck every drop of attention out of you that it possibly can. You can't beat yourself up too much about getting like distracted or, you know, not feeling, I guess, like in control over your use of and exposure to the internet. It's kind of a stacked fight. Feel especially bad when the information was credible if you looked hard enough, and now there's too much untrue information, it becomes harder to separate. Yeah, it was always true that you needed to vet information online, But you used to be able to kind of vet it based on vibes. It used to be very obvious when something was of poor or dubious quality. And you used to, you know, like in school we were taught computer literacy and they were like, as long as it's an EDU site, you're fine. Like there's tons of those. But it's, and it's only going to get worse. Like there's, AI in particular is very good at presenting things that are not true and making them sound like they're true. And presenting them in all the same formats where you would find information where you would expect it to be true. And as it like keeps cannibalizing each other, like it gets really annoying trying to actually verify anything. Yeah, it's not so good. Awful that you have to ask a robot to check its work. But maybe there's still good things coming online, you know? I feel like at its core, parts of the internet have always been ways for humans to see each other and share with each other. And there is like a little tiny human spark at the center of that. Even when it's through stuff that's not that important or not that deep, like a Twitch stream, that is still alive online and it's going to be hard to stamp out. There's lots of places where you can tell that human spark is gone because it's just AI talking to each other or people like saying things with AI and then people are replying to those things like with their own AI. And there's not a whole lot of human spirit left in that, but there's pockets where people are still making things that are genuinely original and creative. Things are only true if I want them to be true. That is the solution. Yeah, I shouldn't talk about AI for too long because I'm very inflexible. I'm a big fat AI hater. I understand it has useful applications in medical research, and that's usually the first thing that people trot out whenever they want to defend it, and that's valid. But I really dislike the insidious way that it worms itself into everything, and I don't feel good about any of it. Like if you had a button that you could press that would just completely erode trust in public information and like democracy and a bunch of other social situations, but you could cure a bit of cancer, is it worth it? Are there people that die in the wars that are started? How do you measure that? I don't know. It sounds complicated, but I don't like the conversation. Anyway, moving on. Torox, thanks very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate it. Sister-in-law is using AI to keep languages alive that are dying. It's neat, but when it's used to cut out humans, it's kind of creepy. Lumber. We're up to 71. I need 10 more pieces. I need to get to 81 lumber. Did you get all the Dark Shore decor drops? I did. I did get them all. I got a couple of extras too because it kept giving me the Banshee banner when I wanted the sconce, the filigree sconce. But we got them all now. I ended up just flying around and just doing laps of rares. I didn't even bother checking which ones were which or camping any of them. I just kept flying around and smoking them. Worked good. Will not drop the Banshee better for me. Yeah, I wish I could share. Wish we could trade for the pieces that we want. Nearly there. I mean, I think we have enough because I had a couple of extra pieces anyways, but I like having a little overflow. I like having even just 10 like bonus pieces because sometimes you want to make something and you only need a little bit and it's nice when you just have it handy. Two more Mechanica for my first bout. Always enjoy spending time here. Hope you continue doing you into 2026. Best wishes to everyone. See you next year. See you next year, ProtoQuest. Happy New Year's. What time is it? It's 11:30 in the morning for me. I'm here for another half an hour. We're gonna get our lumber. And we're gonna craft four new items. Oh, I wonder if I should be brave. I guess I have a week. This is just the first stream of my week. We got all sorts of time. At some point, I wouldn't mind poking around with my kitchen and seeing if I can actually, like, put, maybe not like a finished version together, but kind of like a template version together, where I at least have the bulk pieces blocked in. Like, here's a lamp. Maybe not the forever lamp, but, like, here's the lamp, here's the chandelier, here's the counter, that kind of thing. After the stream, are you going to be on hiatus till next year? Oh, you betcha. You're not going to see me until 2026. Done a lot of scrap piles today. Still no trash barrel. That's crazy to me. I wonder if they adjusted the drop rate on him, because I was getting a barrel from every scrap pile for a while. Maybe it was just luck. Could have been just the RNG. Alright. We have lumber. Let's pop it in the workbench. Any other lumber? That's it. Good. That is lucky. Nice getting the it's nice getting caught up on some of this profession stuff. It's been looking at me from my homebound window. Hazel, is Gnome your favorite race in any game? Any game? Trying to think of other games that would be qualified. It's up there. What are we doing? We're going on to... Oh yeah, we were going to log back on to Hazel Lane to craft that stuff. I might need to pick up some gold from the bank for her. She's probably not carrying around a bunch. I have not organized my alts remotely. What other games do I play that have other races? I mean, Animal Crossing has animals. That's hard. You're competing with, like, baby deer and stuff. Most puntable race for sure. I guess they're not playable in Animal Crossing. Wish I liked mech gnomes more. I don't know why, but I just don't. They don't have a lot of personality to them. Which I guess is part of being a robot, but... Howdy, Boogie, how you doing? I played a little bit of Baldur's Gate 3. I played... Here, let me figure out. How many hours did I stick in it? Let me pop open Steam. Limits to how many housing items you can have in inventory. Yes, that is true. Oh, never mind. It's firing up. Steam's gonna take ages. Let's... Oh, hang on. There it is. Library. Baldur's Gate. I have 12 hours in Baldur's Gate, so I got through, what, the intro? Character creation and then the intro, I think, is about as deep as we made it in. Candles. Ammo. Capture crate and an anima barrel. How's Midnight Beta going? I'm assuming fine. It's been chugging along without me, more or less. I don't think I've logged on to betas since, like, Legion Remix, really, outside of raid testing. I need to make the engineering ones. An anvil, an arclight spanner, and a gyromatic micro adjuster. Do you guys sell me any of those things? Here's the arclight spanner. A gyromatic micro adjuster is a tool. And you can just buy one. You could also make it out of steel bars. If you had the recipe, which is classic engineering. So we're just gonna buy one.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2
Ah!
centuries old.
Maybe I'm not. Excuse me? Hold on. Undermine exchange. Help me out. Gyromatic micro adjuster. There's literally one for 10 gold on a different realm. See if I have any characters in any of these realms that have cheaper ones. 12 hours is like almost the tutorial area. I don't remember what character I made. I don't have any idea. Also, it is bright. Whew. A little too much light getting into the cave. Buy it from a vendor? The gyromatic micro adjuster? You sure? Let me look. The Arclight spanner's on a vendor. Yes, you're right. Sold by 106 vendors. All right, let's do that. Is there one in Orbos? There's 106 vendors. Are none of them in Orbos? Rude. I feel like if I could give the mechanomes human legs and just robot arms, it'd be more sold. You can dress him in a skirt. Like if you put a robe or a kilt or something on a mechanome, it'll cover their legs. If you want them in pants, though, you're out of luck. So in Stormwind, must be one in Stormwind. Yeah, in the engineering thing. That's crazy. It's weird that you can craft them. Mechanum should have been a customization. Wasn't it one of those races they came out with back in BFA before they had added... They hadn't really figured out how to add a bunch of customization to the classic races yet. It was before they started coming out with pages of options. I don't even think they had pages yet. Because they also added Dark Iron Dwarves, which are not that different from regular dwarves. In-game map pin. Holy smokes! Nordrasil! 100 gift subs! Holy moly, friend! Thank you very much! 100 people just got subbed up in here. Holy mackerel! Happy New Year! I need some emotes to keep up with that amount of energy. That's wild. Yeah. W. I was missed. Oh, man. Thanks for all the gift subs. There are 2 people that sell this thing here. It's the last year gift sub. Last gift subs of the year. On the right-hand side. Maybe in here? No, this isn't a place. That's for those who got one.
You need something?
Trying to find the name. Location. Maybe there aren't in Stormwind. I've got a bunch of them in newer zones, like Dragonflight zones and stuff. Mirdrasil, Ushkahead, and Arn Plains, Thaldraszus. Making Shores, Valdraken. There must be one in Dornegal, eh? But we can go there. Yeah, there's some in Dornegal. General supplies. We could do that. Dwarven District Engineering Vendor. Okay. Just gonna pop over this way. Jacob 156651 with a 53-month resub. Thanks so much, Jacob. Happy New Year. Holy moly, Nordrsil. You're like the #1 gift subber by such a large margin. You're almost single-handedly floating us right now. It's crazy. Supply Foreman Dresmal. I don't think I need to go back to Orbos for any of this. We're gonna find it in here. There we go. There's lots of places to buy this thing, apparently. I'm glad I didn't spend a bunch of gold for it. Put one on the auction house in case anyone needs it. And then an anvil, which would probably be around here. So we need to buy some materials. It's funny, whenever you track a housing recipe and then you log off, it untracks and it makes me batty. Guys, me cuckoo. Let's see how much the rest of these mats are going to cost us. Selenium ore. Christmas gift to myself was the auction house mail a dino about. Nice. There's something you're going to get some use out of. I feel like I use mine every day. Essence of Valor. Sure, yep. Skeleton key, some bolts. Shadowghast ingots? Uh-oh, I'm broke. Whoa! Housing crafting has, for the first time in maybe a decade, made me break out a legal pad to keep notes on what materials I need from where to craft what. I used to always, I mean I still have it just because this is my desk, but I used to always have, I used to always play WoW with a notepad on my desk and a pen, and I would write down materials, or I would write down, I think it was usually professions that ended up making me make the notes. I can't think of anything else that needed me to keep track that carefully. Pick up these. There. Just the ingots. Because I have mortal coiled springs. I don't recall why, but I do have some. Must have been from leveling the thing back in the day. Little notebook of mogs I wanted to fire. It's never too late to do that. I have multiple things. I have like a legal pad, and I also have like one of these like big spiral bound notebooks. And you just to write things down on. They're cheap. They're cheap. Write rotations down in a notepad until muscle memory takes over. I used to have I used to put like my starting rotation in almost like a mind map. It would be like a flow chart. I would write it down and I would drill it like my opener. Or I would write down and drill various combinations that I wanted to put into my Preservation Evoker Stasis, was the other thing that I did. There was one dungeon I was trying to get through. There's gotta be an anvil under here somewhere. There was one dungeon that I was trying to get through. Is this not a huge anvil? Oh, here we go. It was like a Vortex Pinnacle Mythic Plus that we were very under-geared for when they brought it back into rotation in Dragonflight. And we were taking like a multi-hour slog through it, and I was trying to heal the last boss. And we were so like under-geared for it that you could barely put out the healing to keep up with the debuffs that would come out on people. And I was trying I was going crazy trying different combinations of things to put in stasis and different targets. And I had a notebook out and I was scribbling down everything that I had tried. And it turned out that the only way for us to kill it was for me to, I had the right combo, but also the debuff needed to not pick my friend Terry. If he got it, then we were doomed and we would wipe. But if we could pull it until I did things perfectly and also the debuff didn't pick him, then it would be fine. Or like it didn't pick him too many times in a row or something because his defensives would only save him once. Okay, we got a Cartel's Eye Capture Crate, which better be cool because this was expensive. That was a lot of lumber. And a Kyrian anima barrel. And then the other thing we're gonna make is Sin tallow candles and veil secured anima cone. Get some materials. Nerd. Nerd alert. It's my favorite thing to yell. I yell that at the TV whenever there's like a character in a TV show that's getting too nerdy. It brings me great joy. Twilight bark. And some essences of rebirth. You betcha. Hi. Hi, Scarlett. How are you? Happy Stranger Things finale day. No spoilers or anything, but happy day. It's also an Aquabat song. That I haven't heard of. Thank you for your raid, guys. Thanks for watching them. Happy finale day. Did I not buy ground widow blue? I did not. And some sealing wax. It's probably a vendor good, but whatever. Not even out yet, so I can't get spoiled. Is it not out? Oh. Oh, it better be out by tonight. That's my plan. That's my New Year's Eve plan. These are kind of cool candles. The only thing I don't like about the auctionist map, people flock to it and then I feel bad for leaving. Oh, yeah. Some people get mad at you. I have, and not in a long time because I have add-ons that filter whispers now, but I used to get whispered. People would get upset with you and they would rage whisper you if you moved away on amount that they were using, which I always thought was like bananas. Crazy. I don't really think about it anymore. You can't trust someone else's auction house mount. Yeah, it used to be bad during BFA because Borealis doesn't have an auction house. And that was the first that was when the Brutosaur was added, the original Brutosaur. So, and also they were so expensive and they were so new that not that many people had them. So it was really, people really wanted to use it. Like there was a lot of, it wasn't that easy to find another one. And you could just go to Stormwind and use the auction house there, but no one wants to do that. I used to mount up a kick off my vendors, yeah. That sounds like you. Alright, should we see what some of this stuff looks like? We got 15 minutes left on stream today. Have a look and see what I want to try out those new, the Cartel Xi crate. I want to see what that's like. But yeah, nowadays lots of people have them. I love being able to port to my house. I'm really glad they did that. I don't think I would ever go if I had to actually like navigate there. Welcome to my home. If you've never been, or if you've been, welcome back. I'm happy to commute is nice. Best way to level up your housing is just collect decor. They're gonna add endeavors at some point, and we'll be able to do content, like quests and whatnot, to get housing XP, but for now it's just about collecting new pieces of decor. Yeah, the housing sun music is amazing. They nerfed the amount of experience that it takes to level from 70 to 80, so time walking is now really quite fast. It's pretty. I dyed the little gem thingy on this bench pink, and it's my favorite part. The water look comes with this piece of decor. It's from the monk class order hall. Really like that tree. Yeah, it's blown up to 200% because it doesn't come that big. Finally got level 5 housing this morning. Nice. Can you zoom in that seat? Outside bedroom when? My gnome looks so detached from things. There's something so soulless about her these days. Tried changing the colors of mine, but it was all broken. Put mine in the ground to hide the water. Oh, I wanted the pond. Yeah. I like my little touches of pink. Placing decor does not help leveling. No, just collecting new pieces that are green or higher quality for the first time. Still mad about the flashlight eye thing. It's been that way for so long. I sometimes like it. My greenhouse is so big, but I guess I'm a gnome, so I'm just small regardless. I am desperate to place chickens. They're gonna let me do it eventually. I'm just frothing for it. Cultivating plants. I like to think they would need the greenhouse. Yeah, I could make everything tiny and feel like a giant. So, if you haven't seen it before, this is the room that is actually a bit decorated. Little reading nook. All of my sconces are different because I don't really have like a lot of copies of stuff, so all of my lamps are kind of like one of a kinds. Eventually I would probably pick a favorite one and then just get many of them, but for now I've just got lots of different types. Yeah, I built this. I levitated some platforms. I sunk some walls into the ground, and then I used beams to make the stairs. I saw people doing this kind of thing, or I heard about people doing this kind of thing, and I figured I would make like a little corner. I don't really know what the point of it is. It's just to add a little bit of extra height. This was just going to be like a little bar. I don't really like the dragon fruit platter there. Do I have anything else that I want to put there? I feel like it's for tea and drinks, but I already have a tea set. We got food and drinks. We've got goulash. We could put some cheese out, actually. That's nice. I hadn't put that out yet. Oh, hang on. Oh, I lost a predator assortment. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I feel like you want like little bottles and stuff. More drinkies. Maybe they're ornamental instead. Yeah, you've got like a little bottles and barrels and stuff. And then through here, my bedroom. Looks like you're playing Overcooked. Decent bottles hard to find. Some expensive alchemy ones. It's a scary bottle you have up there on the shelf. Yeah. I used to log out my character by going to an inn and finding a bed and having my character /sleep to lie down on it, and I do really like being able to set her up in her own bedroom. Don't have any opening interior doors. Yeah, I liked closing the rooms off from each other, but I feel like some of them could probably just be hallways. We have closet. This is junk closet. I feel like I don't like this one, but I must have gotten some more junk recently. It's supposed to look a little messy. Not that messy though. Well, maybe in a corner. Is that steaming? I feel like it looks stinky. Oh, how do you get them? You can just place extra doors. You can buy them on a vendor and place them. The trick is to make, if you go to your doorway, not this one because this is built with freestanding walls, but you go to like a regular doorway and you're editing and you are in the not the edit mode, the customize mode, you can click on the wall and you can choose if you want a wide or a standard doorway. And the standard doorway is the right size to put a door in it. Or of course you can piece them together with walls, freestanding walls and stuff. Anyway, I was thinking about my kitchen. Because that's at least, it's not done, but it's getting there. We have like a little table. We have, this is cute, but it doesn't really go with stuff. I feel like I need more counters. I need to pick and find, and there are counter tables. I've got like a stone-like countertop. I've got an arc wine counter. There's also, I think, maybe in another room placed already, there's a vendor type of counter. And of course you can use other things. Yeah, we've got this carved wood bar table. Different things that you can use as countertops. I just want I want quite a bit of countertops and cabinets to really make it feel kitcheny. And I haven't really come to terms with how I want to do this. We've got an elegant curved one. I feel like the straight ones are easier to deal with. Tables. I do like these categories. I find they help for when I'm trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. I guess the difference between a table and a counter is the counters go straight to the floor, whereas the tables don't. Isn't there like a bar? Yeah, you've also got the raise your wind bar table. I thought the bar was going to be hollow underneath. Yeah, I thought I had the one from town too. I must have put it down somewhere else. When I first started vanilla, I thought my tune would stay in the world after logout and be eaten, so I hid him away from mobs. The half round table I think is just from the vendor. I think that's just a elegant curved table. Let me wowhead it. One of these tabs is wowhead. Elegant curved table. Yeah, it's one of the decor treasure hunt things. You can just buy it on a vendor at Founders Point and Razorwind Shores. Supposedly it's dyeable, but it doesn't actually show that it is dyeable. It's flagged as dyeable, but it doesn't seem to be. Yeah. Think of what I want. Which ones of those? There's the Razorwind one. That's not happening. That's not right. I kind of didn't mind the stone-like countertop or the arc-like counter, but given that they're not customizable or dyeable, the arc-line one's not going to go. Well, actually, hang on. Although I am queen of jamming things in the wall because I drop them. It's like, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish here? I don't know. This curved thing is so cool. But it's like, how do you... I need like a little gate, you know? How do you make it feel... What about freestanding wall shelves? I'm not really like placing things forever. I'm just kind of thinking about them. Start a penny on it. Put that there. Shelf, because I know I have loads of shelves that can hang on the walls. That one's huge. I feel like that would be kind of cool. This is going to be like a walk-in pantry, so there's going to need to be more storage over there. Gosh, I mean, I know it's basic, but I wouldn't mind doing that again on the other side, but maybe there's something different I want to do on the other side. Jacob, thanks for the 53-month resub. Appreciate it. Look at all of these shells we have. Ooh, this one's kind of nice. Like, the color sort of goes. This is the $1 on one. It's not very useful, though, is it? You couldn't put very many things, pantry goods, on there. I have another Little Walker's bookcase. Oh, no, that's a different one. It's actually got books on it. I feel like for the actual pantry, you could do like a bunch of this kind of thing. Stick it kind of almost in the corner. I know there's gonna be like barrels and stuff. Goodness, we have barrels. That's a big old meatery barrel. Why is it so big? I feel like things are random sizes because they know you can resize things. Crate and barrels me. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna necessarily put this in here, but I wanted to see what the capture crate looks like. Can I play with it? Does it do anything? Vendor decor easy to find. Add-ons help. The vendors in most of the vendors that just give you basic decor are actually like in the neighborhood itself, and they give you a tour of those. So those are easy and they have great stuff. Other vendors will often have things that have a requirement to unlock them, like a quest you have to do or an achievement, and then the vendor's just selling you copies. But the locations of all of them are cataloged by add-ons like Homebound. This is showing me like all of the decor vendors from the Eastern Kingdoms, for example, and whether or not I have things from them. But it's you want to check to see what they require before you just head off and go do it, because often it'll be something that you actually need to unlock. For example, these things are all PvP achievements based. Looks like a washing machine or a dryer. What, the big barrel? Oh no, this thing. This thing does kind of look like a laundry machine, doesn't it? I mean, I kind of like what I've done here. Where did that table come from? Is there a way to like mouse over something and see what it's called? Or I guess what I can do is I can exit my editor and open my thing and then look for a counter, and I can see that I can still see it as just placed stone light countertop. Oh, because I wouldn't mind more of those, but resonance crystals. 800 resonance crystals each. Yeah, the book floating in my book nook is, I believe, the grimoire. It's a dragonflight enchanting thing. Grimoire of the 5... Hang on. Draconic 5 Flights Grimoire, that's the one. Made with dragonflight enchanting. Something that I occasionally have for sale in the auction house. Other people sell them too. Plumber adds the function mousing over, showing the name on the right. Poison Toady, thank you very much for the 2-month resub. Appreciate it. Yeah. I want to make this a really cozy kitchen, and I feel like what I need is more windows. I need to pick a window and then get a bunch of them, because I want this whole wall to be windows for more light. I guess I could do more seating. It's turning into a restaurant, though. Like, having one table, fine. Having... Are there any Pandaren windows? There's like a lot of different types of windows. Some of them are brighter than others. I have a bunch of these, but they're so dim. They don't light up anything. Good fire and a good sink. I don't think it needs a fire. There's fire over here, look. It's burning. For, you know, hiring wait staff. Yeah, I wanted to look like a fancy home Pandaren themed kitchen, but definitely a home kitchen and not a restaurant. So I think more than one table is a no-go. One table is fine. Do I have any rugs? We need way more rugs. Let's see. Accents, floor. We have some rugs. Oh, I have a Pandaren rug. Ooh, yeah. Yep. Helps, actually. Let me look at a different table, maybe. I know I like that table, but I have a different one. I actually have a few of them. That one's not bad. In real life, if I was picking a table, definitely do a lot of thinking about it. Okay, that rug is a little big. It's not really big for the room, though. I guess the table could be bigger. I don't want to make it too tall, though. Like, it's taller than me at this point. I mean, I'm small, though. You gotta remember, I'm small. I think people are gonna hate watching me decorate, because I'm not gonna do anything right. It's 1000% vibes-based. And that's it. Wouldn't mind a little hanging fixture. Oh, hang on. Oops. What do people like doing? There's a trick. Column. We take a vertical column and we stick it kind of in the middle of where we want the thing to go, so that when we're moving this, we can kind of center it. I'm gonna go pretty soon. I'm kind of at the end of my time for the day, but yeah, it's pretty good. And then we can clean up the column, and then the lamp should still be there, although clearly it is too large. Wah. You're gonna be dangling your light in your food, although now it's not so bright. Aw. Also, this sucks. That one's no good. We need something there, and that's not the one. Carpet? Never seen it before. I've been collecting stuff. That is the one thing I have going for me. Is there's lots more to get still, but I've been working through and getting some things, and it does make it nice whenever I go to decorate. Yeah, windows along this wall. I do want like a sink area. The sink should be. I guess what I could do is I don't have to have this centered if I don't want. We could scooch the whole shebang to the right. Or we could put the sink here. Forget that. We could put the sink over here. Do a little sink corner. Let's put this on this side. And then you could do, you might need more tables, because there is like a wash basin that you can sink into. Caldori one is the nice one. You could put that into any countertop you wanted. I guess I can put a temporary one out. I don't have to have it committed. Or it could just be a Revendreth storage crate. That's cute. Do we like a vessel sink? Or do we want to... Wah. Back a little bit. There you go. What if it's a half vessel sink? I don't hate it. It's coming along. It's getting there. It's not done, but it's okay. Task lighting. I have to use this somewhere. I don't know where it's gonna go, but I have to use it somewhere. It's too good. We have I bought so many of these Barella string lights before I figured out that they're actually kind of ugly and not that bright. I have 30 of them. It's embarrassing. They need to be a tiny bit bigger, don't they? Let's take them to like 110. I want 2 strings to span the side. Yeah. Wah! Losing myself. Cute. Cute, yeah. I could do that around the whole room, honestly. We have enough of those. Hold shift while resizing increments of 10. Ooh, that's worth trying. Let's see. So we'll whack this up here. 2, 3. Ah, love that. Never knew that. Man, I need to figure out what all the shortcuts are if I'm going to be doing this. String lights also take up 5 item points. Ugh, that's a lot. Maybe I won't do the whole room then. Maybe I'll leave them just for the eating side. Holding shift as angles of 15 degrees. Ooh, that's good. There needs to be a ceiling light so bad. I know I had one and I took it down, but it's not my fault. It was ugly. This one's so long. And I mean, don't get me wrong, you can fix any of these. I don't know if I want one big ceiling light. Maybe I want 2 on either side. You don't want to bonk your head. What is that? Admiral's chandelier? What I should do is I should figure out what I actually like. I love this lamp. I don't know where it's going yet, but I love it. Oh, and I hope Nano comes in later where the gimbals are colored. Get so lost in trying to move or rotate things. Yeah, that would be useful. I can see that. Wrought iron chandeliers. I don't like the wrought iron chandeliers. I'm such a huge baby. I don't like that one. Just for argument's sake, let's stick one here, and we're gonna stick one on the same axes. I guess kind of over there. Yeah, alright, that adds a little bit of glow. A little much needed glow. This is coming along. It's not done for sure. We need to put the dumplings on the table where I'm gonna eat them. Showing a preview having one of each one colored. Probably a midnight feature. Goblin string light only takes 1. Yeah. Yeah, 5's kind of wild. He's a sousing of dumplings. Yeah, I like this. Needs more stuff on the wall. I said I was gonna go. I have to go make lunch in real life. The kitchen is making me hungry here. What are we saying? Accents, wall hangings. I should have some new stuff. You gotta have something going on. What do we got? We got curtains, we got paintings, we got banners, we have racks. I don't want a Horde battle emblem or a dartboard. Let's all calm down. There's a new painting. There's this thing. There's my great horde. Any number of banners. It's another sink. Although, honestly, it just looks like a urinal to me. I don't like the portraits. The map is kind of sick. The Gilnean map is kind of cool. Again, though, is it too restaurant-y? You know, having like a map on your wall? This one's huge. What level is your house? 5 and 6,600. Oh. No, it looks good. Curtains? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know about drapery in a kitchen. It's going to absorb all those cooking smells. Got things to go. Yeah, I do. I love that table lamp. We did just make it. I don't know where to put a table lamp though. In a kitchen. It's not a place I think to put table lamps. I guess I could get another table. Maybe I can stick it on a shelf. Let's give me like a freestanding wall shelf. I'm sure I have 50,000 of them. Give me a cute one. Not so cute, but whatever. Although I feel like that one, goes right there. Whoa, it's big. Sometimes they jump scare me. Let me just try it. I want to see it anyway. It's cute. I feel like that one's gonna go actually. Here, forget this. Pop that bad boy over on one of these guys. Yeah, cute. Are you sure you don't want a restaurant? I mean, imagine that your house where you're hosting is kind of like a restaurant. Yeah? You need to be able to... It's funny, it's like I have this huge kitchen, but it's clearly just for me to eat by myself. I feel like you definitely need a little wall light over by... Like a smaller wall light over just by the sink here. I don't think I've looked at these small lights. These are cute. Just as like a little bit of task lighting. I had a cute one. I don't know about the smoke. I guess if you're gonna smoke, you should do it in the in the kitchen where the ventilation presumably is. I need so much more. I need more copies of things, but until I know exactly what I want copies of, I'm gonna be just lost. Oh well, I gotta go. It is quarter afternoon. I gotta go make some real dinner. This is in the live game for anyone that has pre-ordered Midnight. Yeah, you can hide lampposts in the wall if you want to use the standing lamp as a wall lamp. I've done that for sure. I want to thank all you guys very much for joining me today. Happy New Year's Eve. Have fun. Be safe. I appreciate your company. I'll see you next year. Thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.